I have been falling for 30 minutes!
If you actually think that I was just a right gay guy, gay guy, gay guy, gay guy, nigga, gay guy, gay guy. And you check your count.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the world's wokest warrior, primitive-sided, toxic fanboy, aligned with the like-minded Tony F. rocking with you. I want to welcome one and all to the Clown World Review. I hope everyone out there is doing great. We've already got the chat lighting up. Yes, Rough Scroll. Yeah, I was in well, I live here in Las Vegas, but I remember you too. It's great to see you here. Thank you for joining us for the Monday Night War retrospective. Also, Dragon Master, can we say first? Yes, sir, indeed you were first. And I appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you, each and every week. We are just storming through 1996. We're on the road to WrestleMania over on the WCW side. Things are heating up, but I got to say Hogan's definitely getting stale, but that just means we're getting closer and closer to the NWO. So, yeah, good times. I'm excited. With me, as always, my co-host, the man with the plan, Mr. Etep Wokuian from Etep Wokuian's Place to Be Reviews. What's up, bro?
Hey, man. Wow, thank you for having me on. It's good to be back. I missed this last week while we were on, Christmas break. Yeah, I did. I missed it. So it'll be good to talk some. I didn't get a chance to watch it this week. We streamed earlier, and then I had to go to the chiropractor today, and that was my day. But I'm gonna look up the cards because, like I said, I did watch much of this, especially the WCW side back in the day. So some of this shit I actually still can remember. Surprisingly, it's weird. Especially when you start talking about it, it's like, wait, I kind of, something clicks in, especially the bigger storylines and angles, which we're coming into now a lot. Austin in WWF, and then coming into the birth of the NWO in this stretch of WCW's history, leading into Bash at the Beach '96, and I think we might have to have a special episode to talk about that pay-per-view.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Influential, man. But thank you for having me.
Definitely, always. And yeah, that's about it. We're waiting. Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective should be here soon. Hopefully, VinnieArt as well, and Angelous Draven. But yeah, number one, we ended up not doing a show last week. I was like, you know what, screw it. We're a couple days away from Christmas. Etep isn't here, so you didn't miss much. Yeah, with that being said, how was your Christmas, sir?
Oh, it was great, man. Like I said, we had a great holiday. Christmas Eve, it's my brother-in-law's birthday, so we go out. And my father-in-law was driving, so I had some drinks, and it was fun. There was a lot of we were around a lot of friends and everything. Nice bar, had some good food, some good drinks, and I passed out on the couch like at about 9 o'clock.
Nice.
Yeah, that was it. I woke up, got the kid to bed, and because he was, he's chilling with the in-laws and everything. We had just people over the house. It was a good time, but yeah, we of course did the gift thing, and the kid got spoiled, his only child. So yeah, but he had a good time. It was just nice. It was nice to get home after being away for a week, man.
Yeah,
it was so nice to come home.
I know that feeling, man. And what's up, Cheesecake Bunny in the chat? I see you. Thank you for joining us as well. And speaking of joining us, we have the man, the myth, the legend, the vampire of all fandoms, Mr. Angelous Draven. How are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm looking forward to talking about wrestling. And I know all too well about being an only child. So, like, I know all about getting spoiled and getting all kinds of shit as a kid. That's great.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So, well, how was your Christmas, Draven?
It was all right. I did like gift giving with the folks and stuff, and then we had dinner. But I streamed most of Christmas. I finished the Endwalker MSQ, and I was a freaking emotional wreck, like the last part of that. But yeah,
you were saying that it gets pretty deep, the story for Endwalker, and takes you on quite the emotional journey.
Like, and I knew that like the characters were gonna come back because like they kind of like allude to that beforehand, and I wasn't starting to get like emotional until like the second to last person. And then with the music and with everything going on, it just all hit me at once. And then I'm just like, but yeah.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad you enjoyed that game because I know you were looking forward to playing that. And isn't it like Final Fantasy like 14 came out a while ago, right? And this is like
so it came out, I want to say like 2014 or something. 2014, 2013, something like that. Came out originally. The game was a shit show because they didn't do it right. So they're like, in support of all the people that have paid for this, and we're gonna make it right by you. So they literally rebuilt the game from the ground up for the most part and re-released it. And then that's what we have now. So they even tied that into the story too. So like there was a cataclysm that destroyed everything. And now after that, so the first part of the thing is called a Realm Reborn, which is basically, they destroyed everything and then, it was reborn. So, yeah,
that's, it kind of reminds me of Metroid Prime. Like they're supposed to drop, what is it, the fourth one? And then, nobody played it, obviously. Nobody, in the public arena. But I guess it was so bad, they ended up just saying, you know what? We're canceling this. We're going to rebuild it from the ground up, and it's going to be a few more years before you see it. So at least we got Dread out of it, though.
Yeah, I have that. I have to play it, though.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet either. Now, I like Metroid, but I'm just like...
Yeah, it's a Metroidvania, so, like, they take forever, usually.
Yeah. So... yeah, good times. It sounds like everyone's doing well. Well, hail Chris Fisk. And I dropped a link for Infinitel Chronicles in the chat. That's Chris has been putting his heart and soul into this book. It looks wonderful. If you're tired of the lame stream content, if you want a good story, if you want a project that really has a lot of heart and passion in it, then consider clicking that link, giving it a look, and this guy busts his butt. If you order it, he's gonna get it packaged up real nice and out to you as soon as humanly possible. So thank you for joining us, Chris. Hope you're doing well, bro. What was that, Etep?
Oh, I was gonna ask you if you wanted to cover that article. Didn't I send you a WCW article earlier?
Yes, you did.
Because I find those all the time, and I'm like, oh, this would be interesting for Tuesday.
Yes. Let me send that over. And what this article is the top 10. All right, it's the first 10 Monday Nitro episodes ranked, which this should be interesting because, I mean, WCW is always kind of made errors in their production, and that's one thing I think WWF always had on them was production values, if nothing else. But yeah, I remember a few mistakes were made in those the first few weeks, or just cheesy stuff like Pasta Mania, but I
Oh my
love
god.
Pasta Mania.
It's the Wrestlemania, brother.
Yes. So yeah, let's check this out real quick while we're just to get a little time. Maybe we'll get Tommy or Vinny here by the time we jump into the results for this week. But definitely in it, let me say first off, this week, okay, Vince McMahon was referring to Steve Austin, the ringmaster. He kept saying, "This man is stone cold. This man is stone cold. He's heartless and stone cold," and alluding to it.
And then Lawler called him Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes, March 11th episode, which we're going to cover tonight. Jerry Lawler said it for the first time on Monday Night Raw. He called him Stone Cold Steve Austin. And it's weird because on his little graphic when he's in the ring, it still says the ringmaster, but they're just calling him Stone Cold Steve Austin now.
Mm-hmm.
So I could, like, a little... Not the best marketing, you know, like change his graphic too, because right now the man's got two different labels, but we all know that's Stone Cold.
Yeah.
So let me share this screen here. It's interesting too, just to get to go back and watch this. And, you know, I was young then. What was I in 1996? Like 14. So, you know, I didn't watch every week. Didn't pay the best attention, so going back and really seeing how it all comes together, how the fudge is packed, interesting. So 10 first episodes of WCW Nitro ranked worst to best. WCW brought professional wrestling to a higher level in the 1990s. Let's take a look back at the early episodes of Nitro ranked from worst to best. On September 4th, 1995, Monday Nitro was born, a television show that fought toe-to-toe with WWF Monday Night Raw, thus creating the Monday Night Wars. Frankly, the first 10 episodes of Nitro weren't a big deal, but they were very important in laying the foundation of future episodes of one of the best wrestling shows in history. Pretty sure Sabu debuted and was fired in those 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking Sabu. Did you hear he had an interview over the weekend? My buddy showed this to me, and he was claiming that he has friends in wheelchair he has friends that are paralyzed because of Triple H and Shawn Michaels and how rough they worked. And I'm not a big Triple H fan, but it was it seemed petty. You know, I was reading it and it just kind of seemed petty on Sabu's part. And again, I am not a Triple H fan, but he was talking about Triple H like leaving a trail of bodies in his wake, and I'm like, I don't know about that.
Let's talk about that, Sabu, you piece of shit. Talk about being unsafe. I mean, geez.
It's like Rollins, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're in the same league.
Mm-hmm.
Except one's not a destitute piece of shit.
That's true.
Which one? That's the fun of it. That's the game.
But the other one got his ass beat by a mark.
Yep.
So the first few episodes featured enjoyable matches and interesting storylines. Thank you, Brian Pillman. With legends like Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Sting, Arn Anderson, Randy Savage, Eddie Guerrero, Brian Pillman, among others. Without further ado, here are the first 10 episodes of WCW Nitro ranked from worst to best. Number 10 was the fourth episode of WCW Nitro. This episode was on September 25th, 1995, and among the first 10, yeah, we know that. This was arguably the worst. All the matches were a waste of time. Alex Wright defeated Disco Inferno in a mediocre match. Kurosawa and Sergeant Craig Pittman delivered a short and boring match, and Randy Savage lost by disqualification to the Taskmaster. The main event between Ming and Lex Luger was no big deal either. The only interesting parts of the episodes were segments involving Hulk Hogan, Brian Pillman, and Arn Anderson. And I remember that one, but not like we've seen so many in such a short time. I'm trying to piece together how I felt at the end of that one, but none of
What
them
about-
have been too bad so far.
What about Hulk Hogan?
I remember the thing with him and the neck brace or whatever.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
Giant was fucking him up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Poor Hogan. So, number 9 is WCW Episode 9. A very good promo from Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, and Brian Pillman is the highlight of this episode, as well as a couple funny moments from Bobby Heenan. As for the wrestling, the episode sucked. Eddie Guerrero versus Sergeant Craig Pittman was an open... That's the one where he snapped Guerrero, that vicious-looking power bomb. Eddie Guerrero versus Sergeant Craig Pittman was an opening match that offered nothing more than a couple of suplexes, a power bomb, and a smattering of Eddie's arsenal. Scott Norton and the Shark had a match that ended up in a disappointing double countout. I remember that.
I remember that too.
We also saw a fleeting match between Sabu and Disco. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That was a shit show.
Yeah. And the main event between Lex Luger, Ming, and American Males, which was Buff Bagwell and Scotty
Males.
Riggs, was
American
decent, but
males.
nothing more. And no, it wasn't. And what kind of main event is that? Lex Luger and Ming and the American Males.
Mhm.
It's awful. So, number 8 on the list is WCW Nitro episode number 6. The 6th episode of Monday Nitro wasn't bad at all, but it could have been much better. The steel cage match between Arn Anderson and Ric Flair was fine, but it was too short. Sabu and Mr. JL put on a very entertaining bout. They did. The match between Big Bubba Rogers and Road Warrior Hawk was a bad joke, and Sting retained the United States heavyweight title after defeating the Shark in 1 minute. See, I remember the cage match, but I must have, stroked the rest of the episode out. I don't even remember the Shark and Sting wrestling.
I vaguely just was like, whenever, like I said, it's really hard for me to focus when one of those big fat lumps of shit stumbles out there and just blobs around the ring. I'm just like, this match is going to be a shit show. So let's just get it going. You know, it's like that Loch Ness guy.
Yeah,
It's
the
like,
Loch
I
Ness
love
thing.
WCW, but that dude was like, it's funny. He was born the same year as my dad. I was like, this motherfucker died in '98 though, but he was like 9 million pounds. So
I think, as far as that direction goes, and bigger, slower moving kind of brawlers, Hacksaw is about as good as you're going to get in that direction. And
Hacksaw and Ming.
And Ming, he had more finesse, I guess, because he didn't strike me. He's a big guy, don't get me wrong.
He's fucking
vicious,
huge.
But he wasn't slow moving and blobbing around. He seemed like a threat in the ring, and I wish they would have pushed him a little harder, because he would have been a great threat to anyone's world title.
Dude, he won King of the Ring, and then it was kind of like, meh, after that. Remember that?
Yeah, kind of.
That was probably, I probably have the WWF magazine down here under this other stack of Nintendo Powers is guaranteed the Ming King of the Ring issues down there somewhere.
I remember he
that
won
one in
it, but
Hacksaws.
Yeah. I just don't remember the follow through with it, but it doesn't surprise me. The King of the Ring, I was always a fan of, and I thought they should have given it more prestige and not having someone walk around with a fucking crown and scepter, but really push the wrestler who won it, make it mean something,
You know who that worked for was, the crown, the literal crown and scepter. The only person that worked for was Booker T, because that
wasn't my favorite part of his character.
I didn't like it. I couldn't fucking stand it. I was like, I liked Booker T. I liked, WCW, Harlem Heat, fucking Booker T. Or even when he was a solo, towards the end of the company's run.
Yeah.
When he was getting that fucking huge push. I liked that. I respected the hell out of him. And when he did that King Booker, it got over, granted. But I also did not like the New Day, ever. I hated that gimmick. I do. I hate it.
got me about Booker during his big solo push in WCW, and this is 100% Vince Russo. They were trying to make him like The Rock.
Yeah.
And in as far as in-ring skills, Booker T is superior to The Rock. And just
God, yes.
Every way.
Definitely.
It's like almost like Lady Gaga. I was talking about her a couple weeks ago. Taught herself the piano composition written at 6, but she was out there singing about shaking her ass or whatever it may be. It's like they were dumbing him down to appeal to the general audience, but it's like you don't have to do that. Booker T is exciting. One of the best drop kicks in the game. Dude is wonderful. And he has his spinneroonie, which no one else is doing. He's got charisma. He's got a good look. Why are you trying to make him like The Rock?
Because he was in WCW, that's why.
Yep. Well, that's the thing is like this is the inherent just stupidity of Vince Russo, who did some things right. I mean, who didn't want to see Judy Bagwell on a forklift? But the Booker T could stand on his own. You know, that's the thing about his talent. Even like I said, I miss the tag team specialist Booker T, but his solo run was so deserved. That was the thing. But yeah, the execution and the direction that they told him to, dude, you remember when they made him GI Bro? I mean, that was that in the Misfits in Action, that was so cringe. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, Lash LaRue and shit in that, and
Lash LaRue.
Lash LaRue. I think I actually
joined the WCW power plant.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's where Lash LaRue came from, and Lenny Lane, Chris Jericho.
Yep, he's Chris Jericho from the dollar store.
Yes. So, number 7 on the list is the 3rd episode of WCW Nitro. I'm pretty sure I remember this. Without reading it, I think the American Males beat Harlem Heat for the tag titles, but let's see. Just from that picture, obviously. But in the opening match, the American Males defeated Harlem Heat to become World Tag Team Champions, which was surprising. Paul Orndorff and Johnny B. Bad put on a decent show, and the main event between Ric Flair and Flying Brian Pillman was great. Nevertheless, none of these matches were truly outstanding, and the best thing of this episode was the confrontation between Macho Man and Lex Luger, including a savage promo from Randy. Number 1, Brian Pillman, he was the first episode, or he was the first match on Nitro.
Yeah.
And the first episode, it was Brian Pillman versus Jushin Thunder Liger. He's gone now from the company. You know, he was around about 6 months into Nitro or however long it was, and now he's gone. But he was a star, in my opinion. I mean, he was putting on matches. And then he started finding his loose cannon gimmick and making Bobby Heenan scream the F word on WCW Saturday Night. Good times. Sucks that he's gone now, you know, because you never know how things work out. He might not have gotten into that accident, and
there's so many what ifs with guys like him, and he was that from the moment you saw him with Flying Brian and the Z-Man, Tom Zank, you knew that cat was a star. Like it was just he had that it. He was like if Shawn Michaels, he could have been bigger than Shawn Michaels, I would say, easily. You know what I mean? Because I kind of compare the two a little bit. But Pillman was a much better worker, I think. I think he was a better worker. Than Michaels.
And shout out to super fan Adam Shawhan. It's great to see you, brother. See you there.
Yeah, see you, dude.
They got new puppies.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Cute.
Yep, they got some new puppies.
So that's that one. Number 7, Nitro number 3. Number 6 is Nitro number 2. I remember this one. The second episode of Monday Nitro was solid. It featured 4 short but entertaining matches, especially Savage versus Norton, which was set up on the first episode of Nitro. Sabu defeated Alex Wright, but after the match, Sabu didn't attack stop his attack on Wright, and the referee reversed the decision, which really didn't make sense. I can see why they would do that if you don't stop attacking him. It's like, you know, but it was stupid because he did that move to Alex Wright where he sets up the table. He sets Alex Wright up on the table, not where he's laying down, but where Alex Wright is like sitting on the edge of the table. And then Sabu goes to the top rope and does a flip to the outside, kind of touches Alex Wright's shoulder, and then Sabu's body is what's going through the fucking table and smacking onto the ground. Like, it doesn't even look like it would hurt the other. Like, it's bad. So, that's the second episode of Nitro. Pretty sure that episode 9 with Sabu, when it was where he fought Disco Inferno, was his last match. And that was his first. This one here in episode 2. So
it's like a precursor to this here is like a precursor to freaking Hollywood and the colors and everything.
Yes. They started playing around with Hogan's dark side during his little feud with the Giant. So WCW Nitro episode 8 is the number 5 spot. This episode had a pretty good opening match with Randy Savage making Kurosawa look great before making a quick comeback and getting the win. Eddie Guerrero and Mr. JL defeated Chris Benoit and Dean Malenko in an excellent match. And yeah, Chris Benoit, Malenko, Guerrero, they were setting the world on fire. They were giving fans the type of action, at least American fans, the type of actions they weren't used to seeing. The main event between Sting and Lex Luger and Harlem Heat was run-of-the-mill, though. We also saw, it's Lex Luger. We also saw a nice brawl between Hulk Hogan and the Giant, who would face each other at the next Halloween Havoc in 1995. Also, the Yeti was introduced in this episode.
The Yeti! Oh my God!
And then he used him once and then never use him again.
He's gone. Until he became Ron Reese.
So we're going to take a quick sidetrack here. Which number do you think Marissa Tomei is on this list?
Is this a new article? Because she should be number 1.
Gay Aunt May. So...
Aunt Gay. It's just Aunt Gay. Aunt Gee.
So, number 4 on the list is the 10th episode of WCW Nitro. This was an episode that started out really bad but ended great. The Giant squashed Cobra in 16 seconds, and then the Taskmaster defeated the Renegade in less than 3 minutes. So the first part of the show sucked. Not really. Do you want to see the Taskmaster and the Renegade go longer than 3 minutes?
No.
So, I mean, I think that's perfectly timed. Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit delivered a solid match, and Sting and Ric Flair bout was pretty good, but the typical tricks of the dirtiest player in the game and Sting's cool offensive. And I think Ric Flair was great in this stage in his career. I mean,
dude, he was still getting over like it was 1985 and doing half the work.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he could tell the story, that's why.
Yeah. And then that's why he I still haven't seen a heel quite like, I know there were great heels before him, but in my time in watching wrestling, I still haven't seen anyone like kind of take the torch from Flair as far as his heel work went. I mean, he had an entire character inside of the ring that wasn't the same character up there talking shit into the microphone. And I mean, he just... He always did such great work. And I kind of, leading up to his last match with Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania, I don't do you remember how they would have him almost lose? He's getting the shit beat out of him, and then he would just pull it out of nowhere. He'd win, because the next match he lost, he was fired. That was Vince's stipulation.
Yeah.
kind of didn't like that toward, like, I think they could have sent him off a little better than that. But yeah, I'm just glad we got the man. You know, we got to see him wrestle in my lifetime. So the third episode on this list, or the third spot on this list, is the first episode of WCW Nitro. It took place from the Mall of America on September 4th, 1995. In terms of wrestling, frankly, the episode was ordinary. I wouldn't say so. Brian Pillman and Jushin Thunder Liger were pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Those are two legends.
Yeah.
Liger's still working.
Yeah.
Mm.
There are memorable segments such as the debut of Lex Luger, who later confronted Hogan in epic fashion. Epic in quotes.
Epic because he was wearing a puffy shirt from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
It was like a really bad promo setting up their match the next week on Nitro that ended in nothing. So,
Yep. It was a big old nothing burger.
Yeah. Flying Brian Pillman defeated Jushin Thunder Liger in an enjoyable match. The match between Ric Flair and Sting was a little disappointing, and Hulk Hogan defeated Big Bubba Rogers in a lousy bout, and that I'll agree with. That was pretty lousy. So the 7th episode of WCW Nitro takes the second spot. Am I good, guys? Is there anyone waiting backstage or anything?
Nope. You're good as far as I know.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Sweet. In this episode of Nitro, Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit delivered a phenomenal match. The best match of the first 10 episodes of Nitro, without a doubt. This match was spectacular, but it was too short to be a classic. The rest of the episode was average. The main event featured Sting and Ric Flair facing Arn Anderson and Brian Pillman. This was pretty good, but a countout finish is never amazing.
No, there's nothing more underwhelming to it. Better be in the middle of a feud. Like, okay, if you've got two guys that, like, if you really want to show they hate each other, don't make the match no DQ. Make it a regular rules match, not a hardcore. And they're outside the ring, you know, a couple times teasing it. They barely beat the count, like maybe twice. And then the third time, it's like just full on Donnybrook, you know. They're going to town, hitting a few big spots, you know. Make it a 20 count, and finally, you know, just fuck it, you know, ring the bell. And they're still out there brawling. And that's going to help advance the story and not make the count out look so fucking wonky. You know, a lot of times when you just leave a guy laying or something, it's kind of, you know, but that's just the booker in me.
Yes, so...
Sorry.
No, it's all good, man. I just think, you know, when they shaved Hulk Hogan's pussy, that's definitely going to put it in the number one spot.
Yeah.
That was fucking amazing. And then, okay, so he's feuding with the Giant. They beat him up, shave his fucking mustache off. The Giant in the Dungeon of Doom. Maybe Luger was there. We'll see in a minute. But, man, Hogan was scared because, like, 4 weeks later, he still didn't have his mustache back. He's like, if y'all want me smooth, I'll be smooth. Just don't take my world title.
Let me tell you something, brothers.
This episode, I wouldn't call it excellent, but this episode was excellent. Maybe people remember it mostly because it was when the Dungeon of Doom attacked Hulk Hogan by surprise and shaved off his mustache. By surprise, meaning this was the... What episode is this? 5th episode of Nitro in a row that they attacked him. They attacked Hulk Hogan by surprise, shaved his mustache off. Or maybe people remember this episode because the entertaining match between Arn Anderson and Ric Flair. Overall, the whole episode was fun to watch. Luger and Savage put on an enjoyable show, and Eddie Guerrero defeated Dean Malenko in a very good match as well. So yeah, that was funny. I think this and when they poked his eye out with Elizabeth's heel,
which the WWF seems to keep making fun of.
Yeah. Those are my favorite two moments on Nitro so far. The extent they have to go through to make you feel bad for this asshole. I mean, again, like, the reason Flair is a better heel, like, he performs. He's perfected that art. Hogan just had to be Hogan. and he was a fucking heel. Hogan just had to be Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
He's been heelish this entire time whenever he doesn't have the title.
He does an eye rake. That's like a heel move.
Yeah.
He always does an eye rake. So it's
And
like, what the fuck?
Again, how he treats his friends. Like, you should be happy. Like, you know, I like being champion, but Macho Man, you're my best buddy. And as long as this power is out of the hands of the bad guys, the Flairs, the Sullivans, the Giants, I'm okay with that, brother. I hope your title reign is long. It's none of that. It's, when do I get my title shot? Well, I should get the first title shot. When do I get my title shot? Like, dude, fucking pat your friend on the back. And then this was him supposed to be a baby face. They were pushing for people to cheer for him, and they were doing that. Oh, real quick, what's up, Salvador? It's great to see you, brother.
Hail,
the stream
brother.
is woo,
Hail.
and you should feel like a heel. And I think we all feel a little heelish right now.
Have any of you guys watched that show, Heels or whatever?
No,
Jason
I haven't watched
the
it.
first
What,
episode.
what is it on?
Stephen Amell.
Stars.
I don't have stars.
Me neither, but I did see the first episode. It was like airing for free or something. It was pretty good. I liked it.
I haven't gotten around to watching it, but I hadn't heard anybody really give a yay or nay on it.
Santa with muscles was supposed to be a baby face. And if Hogan was Santa, there'd be a whole lot of sad kids out there.
Oh, brother, look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come
Well, I
in
think I should have this toy. I know you want this toy, and I know you asked for this toy for Christmas, but I think I should have this toy.
Hey, I see you got that toy. Can I play with it? Can I play with that toy? I know you just got it, but can I play with it? Can I be the first one to play with it, brother? What do you say, brother?
Sal says, I told you to cover it, Pete, since it's drama about the indie circuit. Oh, the show Heels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we talked about it. I don't have stars.
There would, what I always thought would make a great show is about the territories and like the 60s, 70s leading up to when Vince McMahon kind of put them all out of business. Because there was a lot of drama. People getting stabbed in Puerto Rico, businesses screwing each other over and going after each other during their wrestling shows. And I mean, shit, Roddy Piper was stabbed like what, 3 times? He had to get Roddy Piper's leather jacket was Teflon lined because he had been stabbed so many times.
Oh wow.
Just a lot of drama going on. Roddy Piper was a great heel. Like when he was just starting and was working in a promotion in LA, and I got this from the A&E documentary, but you know, the Guerrero family were stars there. A lot of Mexican people went to see these wrestling shows. Roddy Piper shows up and he's antagonizing the Guerreros for like weeks, and then he comes out one week with his bagpipes, asks everyone to stand for the Mexican national anthem, and he played La Cucaracha. And they were like, if there were seats bolted down before he started, they weren't afterwards. Like, motherfuckers were throwing chairs in the ring, fucking trash. They were pissed, but God, what a heel he was as well.
Oh, Piper was a fucking he's psychology. He was a genius. And he could really work too. That was the thing. That's the thing. He could work. But yeah, the worst thing Roddy Piper ever did was when he painted himself half black when he was wrestling Bad News Brown.
Yes.
And then it wouldn't come off, and he had to go through the airport like that.
You know who else would like heels? Super fan is Nyla Rose and Hulk Hogan. Buzzing. Wrong kind of heels. Chris, I loved Glow.
Yeah, I did too. Are we supposed to get another season?
They canceled it.
No, they canceled
but
that.
They started getting a little woke in the 3rd season, and
Yeah, but I thought they filmed the 4th season though.
no, they canceled it.
Mm.
There's not going to be a 4th, which kind of sucks because the 3rd one is when they finally made it to Las Vegas. They were at the Riviera. I liked that show. Like, as much as a douchebag Mark Maron or whatever his name is, he played a great character.
Yeah.
Yeah, so can you guys talk amongst yourselves for just 2 seconds?
Yeah. Draven, did you watch Glow, like, in its initial run?
Oh, I might have seen, like, clips and stuff of it, like, as a kid. But I never seen it in its initial run, no.
Saturday afternoons, it was on WGN here on my satellite. I would get it, and I would watch that. Friday the 13th, the series, and
there was a series of that.
Yeah, Friday the 13th, the series.
I didn't know that.
It was about artifacts and shit. And then I'll explain it. And then the War of the Worlds TV show. That was really wonky in 80s, but it was so fucking good. Like, I've got a bunch of episodes recorded on VHS. Nice. But yeah, Glow, dude, I used to watch that every Saturday. I'd look forward to that. My favorite, what the hell was that? That redhead chick, Roxy Astor. She used to tag with Tiffany Mellons, and they were always feud with like Hollywood and Vine because they were the bad girls from the wrong side of the tracks. Or, but they're from Hollywood and Vine. How does that make them the wrong side of the tracks? It's like, it's like that doesn't. But it was them, and they had the Russian chicks, Big Bad Mama. And you had Sylvester Stallone's mom sitting ringside. Oh yeah, dude. There was the original Glow was with the cheerleaders. You had Cheyenne, an Indian gimmick. Her name was Cheyenne Cher. And Vicky.
Well,
then she became one of the cheerleaders.
Started in that or whatever.
Tina Ferrari.
Yeah.
Yep. Ivory. I until her looks like went off that cliff, I always thought I had a thing for her.
I was like, cute.
She was.
She was like built. She was small and cute, and I was like, she's a tough little bitch. I'm like, I like her. But yeah, she did. She was in Glow. Man, that I've only seen a couple episodes of the show. I started because that came out when I was actually wrestling, and I was on the road with my tag partner, and we were sitting there watching. We were actually at his house, and we were gonna watch it, and we watched a couple episodes, and both of us passed the frick out. But it was all right. Mark Maron, I hate him. I hate him, but he was good on that show.
Yeah, the show was good. I was under the impression I knew they canceled, but I thought they did the last season or whatever before they, or were gonna air the last season before they canceled it.
No. They were just done with it at that point. Man, and Tony was talking about messed up shit, and I was just like, I go to like Jake the Snake Roberts' dad, Grizzly Smith.
That's what happened. So apparently they were revived to do a season 4, but then in October of 2020, they ended up nixing that basically.
Yeah,
that's probably why
like, you can't do it. Come on, man.
I didn't hear any other information, so I just assumed it was still happening.
It's like waiting for this season of the Orville.
Yeah, fucking A. When is that supposed to? Do we have an actual date?
March. It's like March 12th.
Okay.
For what?
The Orville season 3.
Oh yeah.
Season 3.
Can I number one? What's up, Tommy? Thank you for joining us, brother.
What's going on, Tony?
And that's exactly what Chris Fisk was about. I almost said Chris Brie. What Chris Fisk just said. That's the point I wanted to make. Like, I'm sure she's probably a whacked out celebrity, whatever. But Allison Brie was very sexy and Glow. But what made her even sexier was her talent. That woman has talent. Like, that woman is brimming with talent. She can do impressions. She can do this, that. And I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
She's lucky she got with the right Franco brother, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, she's with was it
Franco.
Dave? Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky bastard.
God, she's fucking beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
I always thought that on Community when everybody's like the blonde bitch. I'm like, no, don't sleep on the brown haired one. She's the bomb. Like she's yeah.
Allison Brie is beautiful, man. She is, and she's gonna age well too. Mark my words. What's up, Gap Stargate? It's great to see you, man. March 22nd, I believe, for the Orville.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it does seem like I see Chris as I've been waiting for the Orville for years. It does seem like that, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It does seem like years.
Yep.
I need to watch the Orville. I've seen the first few episodes, but I need to go back and
Tony,
watch it.
yeah, you know what? The Orville is kind of like a slow start.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say as much of a slow start as Deep Space Nine, but there is a little bit of a slow start. But once it gets rolling, oh man, is it hilarious!
Yep.
I particularly love the episode where they wind up getting the cigarettes.
Oh, that is my favorite
Yep.
episode too, Tom.
Yep. Bortus and Clyde are just eating them, and then they start smoking them. It's like, they get hooked, then they have to quit,
Mm-hmm.
and
They're
that's
hiding
dude.
Mhm.
Yep, oh dude.
The whole pillow
It
was
was-
like full of them.
Yep, it was just full of cigarettes. It was freaking hilarious.
And what's going on, Adam? What's up, Chris? What's up, Gap Stargate?
Oh, I don't want to. It's funny because I want to mention Betty Gilpin on Glow, because she was the other chick on there, wasn't she? Wasn't she on Glow? Yeah, 'cause she played the baby face. She's like Kirsten Dunst, like from the neck down. It's like I see you, okay, and then like the head is just like I have so many questions. What was God doing here? Was he just like, look, I give up at this point. I'm just gonna slap this thing together and ship it. You know.
I'll tell you what, I could not believe how incredibly bad that third season was of that show.
I need to go back and watch because I've seen the first two seasons like twice now. I think I only saw the third one once, and I don't know. I think I finished it, but I'll have to go back and watch that.
They get signed or whatever to like a TV deal, like an actual TV deal, like at the end of the third season.
Yeah. Just were we talking about Betty Gilpin or whatever when we were talking about actors who have always looked 40 like Hulk Hogan? Weren't we talking about her? Her and Trinity both. Betty Gilpin or whatever, and Trinity from The Matrix. They've always looked like they're at least 40 years old.
Yep.
I'm fine with an older looking lady sometimes. How we doing, guys?
Good.
Hey, Vinny, what's up, bro?
Thanks for joining us, brother.
Yeah, sorry, man. My hands were a little bit full tonight, but yeah, I wanted to jump on. So
Oh, were you hanging with Drew?
no, I'm hanging to my knees here, brother. I'm Italian, you know that. Shit.
Yes. So we better jump into this, guys. We've been talking about Glow and fucking all kinds of shit for like a half hour now.
Absolutely.
Guys, so we're on the week of March 4th, 1996 in the Monday Night War. This is the first time that Nitro was preempted. I wonder what they were preempted for. I guess I should have looked that up. But Raw ran unopposed from Cincinnati, Ohio. And this is a taped show, of course. But even taped, they garnered a 3.6 rating, which is probably the biggest rating we've seen so far.
Wasn't it a sporting event that preempted it?
I'm not sure. That would make sense. It's TNT. So they were playing like
the World Series or something, right?
No, World Series in the fall though. That's over in October.
Yeah,
that's why I call it. Yeah,
it's in March. Is that basketball?
Yeah,
March
that's
Madness.
how you're talking. March Madness.
Yep.
What preempted Monday Nitro? I'm looking it up.
You guys hear about John Madden?
Yeah. Yep. Coach Madden died.
Damn.
Oh, John Madden's dead?
Yeah, he passed away.
Just
Wow.
He was
right.
85, so I mean,
Yep.
still pretty good long life.
Brett Favre.
Apparently, a politician just passed away too. Harry Reid.
No shit.
good.
Prince Harry died?
Yeah.
Did they fucking did he actually die or was he killed? Because like I remember he come in all beat to shit and he's like, I fell skiing. It's like, yeah, what lobbyist did you piss off bad enough
Yeah.
they hired somebody to thump your old ass?
Why does Justice John Roberts have the same type of black eye? Simultaneous.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Pope
Yeah.
had. There was a bunch of people that did.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, hey, I found out what preempted Raw. Nitro. Nitro was canceled due to the NBA playoffs.
Yep. I knew.
I thought it was a sporting event.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. So Raw begins with a hype package for WrestleMania 12. Bret and Shawn will both be in action tonight, beginning with the latter. Shawn Michaels wrestles the 1-2-3 Kid and defeats him with sweet chin music after a pretty decent opening match. Shawn Michaels and X-Pac, not the worst match I've seen.
Mhm.
So Goldust does a movie skit entitled Piper's Pit, where a bench of gay shit is thrown at Roddy Piper and devolves into Goldust blowing bagpipes.
I
I'm glad you said bagpipes.
feel like that's a metaphor.
Yep.
So we get
Pat
an
Patterson
ultimate.
involved?
What's that?
Was Pat Patterson involved?
Always.
Right?
He was living vicariously through Goldust. He was like, you know what we need, Vince? A gay character.
Flamboyantly gay character. I love it, Pat. Put it together.
Make it happen.
That's the sound he makes when he's between Rikishi's cheeks.
You get more flavor that way.
I need to get in there deeper.
Ruthless aggression.
Where's Mae Young? We need some toothless aggression.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
That was one of the funniest things I've seen on WWF TV at that Royal Rumble where Mae ripped her top off because the cat was like going topless.
Yep.
So Mae Young ripped her fucking top off. That was the funniest fucking shit I think I had ever seen up until that point.
Holy hell.
Release the
That
knee
was
knockers,
awful.
May.
That was so bad.
These
So
people are twisted.
yeah, we get an Ultimate Warrior hype package, just kind of going through his career and his meteoric rise, and then he just disappeared, and now he's returning at WrestleMania 12. We get Justin Hawk Bradshaw defeating Hakushi, and Roddy Piper's on the phone during this match. He calls Jerry Lawler a Rush Limbaugh wannabe, which I don't really see it, but
No.
yeah. Piper's at like the movie awards or something like that, but he said he did book Ultimate Warrior's opponent, and it's too big to announce over the phone, so it'll be announced next week on Raw. And they'll be live in San Antonio next week. And I gotta say,
it'll be available on the 1-800 number.
yeah, knowing where this is going, they're really overhyping this Warrior match because he's gonna basically go in and squash Triple H and leave. And Triple H ain't Triple H yet. Like, yeah. So, okay, I wanted to put together a segment here called Mankind or Alyssa Milano.
I'm loving it already.
Yep.
I'm going to read this, and you guys tell me whether it's a Mankind promo or an Elisa Milano tweet. Did he realize I could hear through those walls? Mommy tried to make excuses, but he said I was a boy no longer, that I was becoming dangerous, and that my emotions would have to be numbed. So I paid him a visit. I'll never forget the fear in his eyes as he whimpered, "What kind of man could do this?" No kind of man. Only mankind can be this evil. And the deceit and the treachery that has been spread throughout the millennium has taken form on my disfigured frame is about to be paid back to the perpetrators. And when that time is at hand, no one will have a nice day.
This definitely works for both of them, but
Yep.
it is mankind.
It is mankind, yeah.
It's too many characters to be a Milano tweet.
Yep.
Plus, you said when I was a boy, so that was the
Right,
giveaway.
hey.
Did you just assume her gender, you bigot?
Yeah, don't look at the bigot.
Well, yeah, the gender stuff didn't start happening until like the last couple of years.
Right.
So, ha!
So our main event is Bret Hart versus Triple H, and of course Bret Hart defeats Triple H with the sharpshooter. HBK is on the top of the ramp, and he mockingly claps for Bret's victory, and that's kind of it for the show. Not much hype for WrestleMania on this week, but it's probably because it was taped a few weeks ago. But they do go to a Billionaire Ted skit. He is on a game show called TV Trivia. And it mocks... Okay. They're like, who said this? And they're actual quotes Ted Turner has said in the past. Like, well, in my opinion, most of them aren't black. They're brown. And just... like, just disparaging quotes against women, against... Yeah.
Oh, wait, somebody might want to add. Hang on a second. Hold on, dog.
I'm trying to remember. I should have written it down what he said about women, but holy shit.
Yeah, Don Cheadle here. That's racist.
I'm here to deal with it.
Oh, God.
That's Captain Planet.
It's Captain Planet, motherfuckers.
Fucking, what did he say about women? Something that would have caused a march had a certain orange glump said it. It was
Damn it, Glump.
yeah.
I'm Ted Turner.
Grab him in the kitty.
I said, pet that kitty until it purrs.
God damn it, kitty! That's my papa!
I know a certain kitty that's sleeping with mommy tonight.
Did you guys watch the specials?
I haven't.
I don't have
I haven't.
Paramount Plus, so I haven't had a chance to watch it.
I liked them. They were pretty damn funny.
I've seen clips of them. They're adults or whatever now.
Yeah, they made Cartman a rabbi
Yeah, it's just hilarious.
with a whole Jewish family, and Kyle's like, "You fellas, he's full of shit." It's like, Kyle, what are you talking about? This is my lovely, beautiful wife. He's doing this on purpose.
And his son is literally just Cartman.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh my
What's
God,
up,
it's great.
brutal morning? I need to make a Don Cheeto, you know?
Don Cheeto.
So just Don Cheeto with Trump's hair or something. Yeah.
You gotta do it.
Just Don Blumph.
Is the Cheeto going to be a little burnt?
It's gonna be huge.
Flaming hot
It's gonna be
Cheeto.
huge, Tommy. Huge.
Cheeto from
Huge.
China.
China Cheeto.
China Cheeto. Don China Cheeto.
Dun, 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 dun.
Small hands.
Dun, dun, dun.
Makes it look tremendous.
Don't take my Cheetos, you bastard.
So yeah, for being on the road to WrestleMania, pretty mediocre Raw, but the next week will be a lot better. They go live. Now we're moving on to March 11th, and we're going to start with WCW Nitro from Winston, Salem, North Carolina. They won this week in the ratings. Raw garnered a 3.6 unopposed last week. This week, Nitro wins with a 3.2, which isn't bad at all. The overall audience is just blowing up. They're really taking interest. And it's before the Stone Cold Steve Austins, before the NWOs. Fans are getting interested. So The show begins with Eric Bischoff announcing that we have a new WCW World Television Champion who will be in action tonight. And we also have a 6-man lumberjack match. And it's basically a rematch with Hogan, Savage, and the Booty Man versus Flair, Sullivan, and Arn Anderson. So.
Oh, wait. Hey, I'm sorry, man. We got dark. It's the 11th. We got some dark matches. Hold up.
Yeah.
We've got Diamond Dallas Page to open the show, beating Joey Maggs, who was just basically a career-long jobber. And then we went to Ming defeating Dave Sullivan. And then for the United States Championship, Conan, the champion, defeated Earl Robert Eaton to retain his title.
That's not just a dark match. That's like a Wesley Snipes dark match.
Well, it's weird. WCW has been putting like the TV title and the US title in the dark matches, which is like, to me, it's.
Makes no
I mean,
sense.
it's like, why are your matches not being televised? Like, I understand wanting to give the fans like a decent undercard, but you're already giving them 3 matches on the undercard. You know, you don't need to put your titles that you could, you know, like the TV title. I would have made that exclusive to Saturday nights until a pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're wrong, though, Vinny. You're wrong! I don't think that was Wesley Snipes dark. I think that was Wesley Snipes Blade 3 unnecessary dark.
Oh, God, Blade 3.
Yeah.
That was still Jessica Biel looked hot in it, at least.
Mm-hmm. But see, like, this doesn't make zero sense. They had the TV title, and they're not showing those matches. How many times did they just give away the TV title without televising it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you see the irony here?
Yes, it's retarded. It's like 9 boosters in the eyeball retarded.
How many boosters is enough, Dr. Fauci? No, you could never have enough boosters.
That's a trick question.
My kid was doing that all weekend around my in-laws.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
It was fucking amazing.
That's great.
It was amazing. He's running around like, because we watched all these like the Freedom Tunes, the Fauci videos, so he was running around. Get your boosters. I'm Dr. Fauci. All weekend, I'm like, oh God, this is gonna be the best.
I was on another stream, and Darius said he's been doing it all day. His girlfriend's like, where the hell did you even get that from?
That's
You know what?
No more YouTube.
It's spreading like the coof.
If I can get somebody to send me that damn doll, I'll review it, absolutely, but I'm going to need your voiceover, because we're going to have the Fauci doll arguing with me.
Oh, God.
Before I incinerate it in my outdoor fire pit.
Dude, that'd be glorious. Let's do it. Oh no, I'm burning! Is this how hell's really gonna be? I only killed about 1,000 puppies.
Wow.
Holy shit.
That's awesome.
Shit.
Fucking
You gotta do that.
Fauci. And cancel your New Year's parties and stay at home. So no one will wear a mask.
Yeah.
All right.
Optimus
I'm not
Prime.
wearing a mask.
Optimus Prime is coming after all of you.
No New Year's kisses for you.
As long as it's not Soundwave.
It's spreading like AIDS
Oh, no.
amongst the homosexual community and black foster children.
With vampire AIDS.
Mm.
I'm
It's
sorry.
spreading quicker than Hulk Hogan's sex tape.
Poor Bubba the Love Sponge.
AKA Jack Murphy. No.
Cuck Murphy.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry.
So no.
I'm sorry.
We're
The
terrible.
show begins. Bischoff hypes the lumberjack match. Okay, so our opening match is the Giant with Jimmy Hart defeating Hacksaw Jim Duggan with a choke slam after. Just basic stuff. Jimmy Hart distracts Duggan. Giant recovers, hits his finisher. Then we get okay, so it's the Steiner brothers' debut on Nitro. The Nasty Boys were scheduled to wrestle the Road Warriors tonight, but they're shown like laid out in the back area, and the Steiner brothers come down on motorcycles. Their big WCW debut, get in the ring, wrestle the Road Warriors, and do the job.
Yeah.
On their debut match.
That's like suicide to
And
debut
they're
a team
already
like
stars. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're already stars. I mean,
Yep.
It was a big deal. Hey, the Steiners are here.
Mm-hmm. You can start seeing Scott starting to get bigger and lead into, you know, big Papa Pump or whatever.
Well, they were always
man.
big NWA guys, you know. They were big during the heyday of the NWA.
Well, I mean,
so.
like his physique getting bigger.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
You know what you really missed from the WWF days is, you know, when Rick would get down on all fours and Scott would run around him like an idiot. Kind of missed
Oh
that
my
stuff.
god, yeah. I forgot about that.
I didn't. That shit
Like
used to always crack me the hell up. Like, what the hell is he running around him
Right.
for?
Like his brother was just like legit retarded.
They made Ricky sound, but to be fair, Ricky couldn't cut a promo to save his fucking life.
Yeah, so they
talking
were more than half right.
The other day I was talking to Tony when I was on my way home, and I'm in Saginaw. He goes, "Are you finally taking the wife and kid to see WCW?" I was like, "No, I'm at a Steiner family get together."
You want some? Come get some. You don't like me?
Bite me.
Bite me.
Genius.
Yes, I think that's where I first heard of Saginaw was WCW Thunder. They were there like every other week. Like, what the fuck?
I know. I went
Either
to
Grand
quite a few of
Rapids or
those.
Saginaw.
Sometimes they went to Lansing too.
Yeah. So the Steiners' debut, they end up, okay, it wasn't a clean victory at least. Animal used a spike because that's the only foreign object they fucking used in 1995 and 1996 is a spike. I don't even know what kind of spike, just a spike. To nail Rick Steiner, leading to Hawk making the pinfall. Then Mean Gene enters the ring, asks Scott Steiner what happened. Scott says they came to WCW for the Road Warriors, who, by the way, are in a feud with Sting and Luger right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they won tonight was a disgrace. Steiner's bitch that it's not the end, but what a fuck-off debut for the Steiners. Like, it was... Why would you put them up against the Road Warriors in their first match, number one? You should have put them up against the American Males or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so they give away the money match and just some throwaway Nitro and have the baby faces lose on their debut. So it's little things like that really fuck WCW up, you know, the booking.
Well, I mean, at that rate, you know, if they wanted to bring him in and they wanted like a really big hype match and put him right up against the Road Warriors as soon as they come in, then that match should have probably went to the time limit. It should have ended in a draw. That would have been the best way to handle it.
Or if they did do the job, make the match mean something, not just some mid-card match. Make it mean something. The Steiners are here. They're going up against the Warriors at the pay-per-view. The Road Warriors should be champions already. And it should be they gave their every and just came up short this night, but it should be one of those matches that makes you respect them.
Yep, it's got to be a long match with a lot of good booking, a lot of hope spots, a lot of cutoffs.
And it was supposed to be the Nasty Boys versus the Road Warriors, but I guess either the Steiners beat them up or the I don't know.
But they're both supposed to be baby faces, and the Road Warriors are the baby faces against Sting and Luger at Uncensored, which was their program until this week.
Hi, baby. I'm Don Cheeto. I was Captain Planet, motherfucker.
Holy hell.
You don't recycle, I fucking kill you, crackers. Where's Brie Larson and her flat ass and fucked up toes?
I'm so glad you're back. Oh my god.
My
I'm
wife
telling you,
likes to
here's
watch.
what somebody needs to do for Brie Larson. Somebody needs to do up her photo with hair all over so she looks like a damn Bigfoot, and then have her shaved next to it.
Wow.
Hang on. Bot in the chat. Got him.
Beep, boop, boop.
So my wife likes to put on, like, we have HBO Max and they have the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on there. So she likes to watch those reruns and all.
I watched that all like maybe a couple months ago. I watched it straight through.
Yeah, Don
So good.
Cheadle, he's in it. He plays a gangster like Cockroach or whatever.
Yep.
But it's just funny seeing Cheadle play a thug. Not
He's so
very
small.
believable. Yeah. Yeah.
Who is
like
it?
he's smaller than Carlton. Like
Okay, is it just me, or does Don Cheadle look like one of the dolls from Tales in the Hood?
A
Yes.
little bit.
When did
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm not
I know
gonna
what
say
you're talking
it.
about,
But he looks like one of those little fucking dolls.
Puppet master.
He's terrifying enough looking to be one of the fucking puppet master fucking dolls, the little shithead.
Yep.
I'm trying to improve my Don Cheadle picture here.
Yeah, was it Corbin? Yeah, Corbin Bernstein there.
Corbin Burnson, yep. The only thing that's
Yeah, his name was Ice Tray.
spooky around here are you spooky reporters.
Yeah, Ice Tray.
Oh my god. Look at me. I'm Don Cheadle. Hey, yeah, hi. Don Cheadle here.
So,
Um,
I said it
only-
in the private.
There he is.
Oh my god.
There he is.
There's Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
And here's my
Yep,
guts.
Vinny, yes.
You little.
He looks like Smokey from the PJs.
He does. Oh my god.
Damn. Yep.
Unbelievable.
He's come a long way.
You've come a long way, Don Cheadle.
Terrence Howard should have been Rhodey. Damn you, Marvel.
He was like, I'm with Red Gaze on this one because I hear most people say it should have been Terrence Howard. I'm not a big fan of either of them.
Yeah, but I like to. I don't know. It would have been neat to see Terrence Howard in a.
Tony's right. He should have been white. Too toxic. I'm sorry. I'm joking. We all know
No.
that he's.
Should I put Lizzo
I'm
on
just-
here?
It's like Terrence Howard was gay Lando before there was gay Lando.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think, George Floyd or Brie Larson?
For what?
What's the difference?
What's the difference?
Did somebody call for a Pando Lando? I'm here now. Remember, treat those bots that you get in your chat very sexy, like they'll appreciate it.
I'm just like, if they made the character of Lando Calrissian, and when they created that character, if they're like, okay, this is going to be a gay black man, then they should have casted Terrence Howard instead of Billy D.
Mhm.
That's, yeah, it's subjective, but that's how I see it. So, all right. So, what do we have next? Lex Luger. After the, Mean Gene's done with the Steiners, Lex Luger defeats Alex Wright. Again, when Jimmy Hart distracts Alex Wright. And okay, now I sent this to you earlier, Etep. Alex Wright, he's getting some offense on Luger. He does one top rope maneuver, nails it. Then he goes back to the top rope. I mean, it's not like he was getting his ass beat and then went to reverse something and nothing like that. He had the offense for like at least a minute or two here. He hits one top rope maneuver, gets back up, goes on the top rope again. Jimmy Hart like grabs his leg or whatever so he can't jump.
Yep.
and then he ends up falling into Lex Luger's arms. And you know when you're holding the opponent and you just kind of move backwards and like they hit their like neck on the top rope, you know, they'll like face first plant you into the top rope and you hit your
snake
neck,
eyes.
Yeah, like
snake eyes.
Snake eyes. Yeah, very, very, very basic beginning of the match type stuff.
Yeah,
Luger, after getting, I don't want to say his ass kicked with Alex Wright, but not being on the offense for like 2 minutes, just snake eyes Alex Wright and pins him. Like,
yeah, that was underwhelming.
Yeah, like I knew he was going to win that match, but I figured it's Alex Wright. Why wouldn't he put him in the torture rack? Dude's so scrawny, it would look good, you know?
Well, you know, WCW was notorious for that kind of shit. When they felt like they put somebody in the ring with somebody who was, shall we say, an underperformer for that star, they always finished it without their finisher. Like 9 times out of 10. I mean, you can look back on a lot of those matches. They did the same thing. I mean, there was a few times where maybe it was just a boot to the face and that was it, or a clothesline and they were out, or a simple DDT. They did that shit a lot. And they were just trying to say that these people are not really worthy of star status. They're not top performers. I mean, it was the same kind of crap that a lot of the people complained what the WWF was doing at the time as far as people who were not top performers. Even letting them shine for a little while, they didn't want to do it. They, you know, okay, you're just going to go in there and get your ass kicked. Pretend that Pat Patterson just pulled your pants down.
It's like the match with Triple H and in I don't know if it was 11th or 18th, but it had him fight a jobber, and it was the guy didn't even get any moves off. Like it was just him like showcasing his Triple H's moves, and then he pins him. It's like what the fuck?
Yeah, that was the guy. He had like fucked up looking ring gear, didn't he? Yeah. I kind of know what you're talking about.
So look at this. Falls into Luger's arms, and then he even waits. He doesn't even pin him right away. He waits.
Yep.
How fucking high was he?
Very.
Because I didn't even understand what the hell happened there. How he just like he throws the guy on there, like you said. Nothing happened. Why would he fall on the floor like that?
Yeah. Like it's he must have been they must have had to call it early because Luger was wasted or something, because that's the weird. Here, let's watch it again under that lens. Luger being messed up.
So okay, here comes
Yimmy. I'm a bit high. I'm a little bit high right now.
Yimmy gets kicked. Luger
Steroids
catches
are a hell
him.
of a drug.
Yeah,
he probably made a stupid sound.
I didn't even notice that, Vinny. You're right. Like, look, he just like fell like he got.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
What the hell?
Yeah, they had to call it. He was had a little too much to drink that night or something.
Bit.
And that was totally a 2 count. Like,
Yeah.
fucking WCW and their counts are always like they're tough 2 counts, but they count them as a 3 count. I'm like, what the fuck?
That
is
was
this shit?
that was Prick Patrick.
It was very
that's
like.
I got
Maybe he got his boost.
We can't let Bret have it.
So we got look at the God Harvey overlooking his children, Brie Larson, Don Cheeto, and Kamala Heels Up Harris.
Man, that almost looks right, like his big head with the like kind of sun rays of the lights coming out.
Yep.
And you could just tell by the look in his eyes, by looking away, it's like, this bitch better not touch me again.
It was great. I was watching a bit of Jones, and they showed one of the courtroom sketches from when Weinstein was in there, and apparently they showed him like fully naked during the courtroom thing, and he had no dick. He goes, "That's right, he has no penis. He's got a vagina." It's true, folks. It's true. It's disgusting. It's true.
Boy, he must have really had to work to get Jennifer Lawrence pregnant then.
I think they said he had cancer on his dick and they had to chop it off. So there's karma.
I want Jennifer to have it.
he had his sample frozen for an occasion if Jennifer wanted to have a baby. So
No, they
a
just
turkey
chopped
baster
his
heart.
dick off,
They just
put it
they
in a
scraped it
manila
off the front.
envelope. Yeah.
It's done.
It's like who was that Van Gogh who cut off his ear and sent it to some chick?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here,
Vincent Van
take my
Gogh.
cancer-riddled dick. It's all yours, baby.
He's like, you know you want this girl. You know you want it. No, really?
So yeah,
Gross.
Screw you guys.
see,
Yes.
I'm glad I showed that because I noticed that ending was fucked up. But Vinny's right, like, dude, the ghost that Demi Lovato sang to got in the ring and nailed Luger. Yeah.
And when he sold it, he probably went, "Oh!"
Of course he did.
I wanna-
You could practically hear it.
He oversells everything, and he makes the same sound, and he has the same stupid face every time.
Yeah. I bet every time he hit Miss Elizabeth, he probably did the same thing too. Oh!
He did. He hit her. He goes like this. He's like, he warms it up first, then runs across the living room and fucking just jacked her.
You know, I'm going to let you know right now. The Guinea Pig Collective is in on a little secret right here. What actually transpired right there is, if you notice, right before Luger grabs him, the ref walks over and says something in Luger's ear. He's telling him they just stole all your coke out of your bag in the locker room. So when he hits him with that, he faints for a second. And that's why he comes to, and that's why he's slamming his arms to the ground like, damn, they stole all of it.
Lex picked Alex. He picks Alex up and he said, "Go home," and just dropped him over the rope. Gave him the go home. Wrap that shit up.
Shit.
Superfan says Lex went out drinking with Etep the night before. Can you confirm?
Allegedly. That allegedly happened. Look. The cocaine was his. All right, that's all I'm going to say. But allegedly, and under attorney-client privilege, fuck off, Leahy.
Did you ever ask him if he thought about, defeating Yokozuna at SummerSlam via DQ for that title match? Was he ever thinking about that when he struck Miss Elizabeth?
Well, and it's funny because the domestic violence, I made sure to bring that up after we'd done a couple rails of coke. I was like, so Lex, I'm like, I wanted him to be good and zooped out, like to where he was smoking like 5 cigarettes, and every 2 minutes. And I'm like, so Lex, I'm like, when you were hitting like Liz, like what was going through your mind? Was like, were you thinking about Yokozuna? And he looked at me and he was like, oh, I'm like, okay, all right, we're done with this conversation.
Was this before or after sexy time photos at the in the Alex Express?
It was definitely after, because I had oil and it had a lemony scent. Allegedly. But I can't be tried for that again because that's double jeopardy. So we're fine. We're all fine. How are you?
Can you imagine, because they come out with baby oil and shit all over their body. Can you imagine how greasy the Lex Express was?
Just, you know who it excited was this guy over here. Look at Kamala. She's over here going, oil.
He's like a white.
I don't know why, but I imagine Lex doing the C-3PO type of oil bath.
This feels good. Oh, with his stupid face.
Thanks, the maker.
Thank the maker. I'm gonna go play WCW Revenge after this and just beat the shit out of Lex Luger with Scott Hall for about an hour.
Good. So next up,
stupid face.
Yeah.
Next is the main event, the Lumberjack Strap match. And there's all kinds of lumberjacks out there.
This match was crazy.
Yeah. Hogan, Macho Man, Randy Savage, and the Booty Man.
Who apparently Kimberly is with or some shit.
Yeah, like I was wondering, like she just came out there and everyone's like, who is she staring at? Like, because, and number one, they said we have a new television champion and we'll see them tonight. Did we see the television champion, Draven?
I don't think so.
Because it was Johnny B. Bad. And then I'm like, okay, Kimberly isn't with Johnny B. Bad anymore.
Mm-mm.
But maybe it's like Booty Man or something. We just didn't see it when he came down. But Bischoff started the show saying we have a new WCW television champion who will be in action tonight. So I'm a little confused with that. But maybe she just follows the title wherever it goes, Kimberly. I don't know.
Boy,
So
that sounds familiar. She reminds me of a couple I know. And that's on the indie circuit too, so you know they're real hoes.
that, you know what's weird is Johnny B. Bad was over. Like we were talking about this when we first started doing this. He had a feud with Paige, but I mean, he would come out to wrestle and he was fucking over. Like the crowd reacted, and he just they started relegating him to dark matches, and we just haven't seen him since on a Monday night.
No, he's been doing dark matches that have been, showing on, I believe it's Saturday nights. And that's where they, and it's kind of, it was an affront to his talent because the dude was a good worker. And like you said, he was over with the crowd. They liked the gimmick. And knowing what's that?
I was going to say, he's got to be WWF bound soon.
And and that's it. And knowing what happens to him when he went to the Fed makes it that much more painful to see him underutilized here, because this is really kind of the end of the road for his, he got a push, but once Sable came into the picture, it was over for him. When she powerbombed him on TV, his career was fucking dead. That was it. That was it.
What did she powerbomb?
He was Mark Marrow.
Yep.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I do remember that. Oh my God, yeah.
What's up, Raylo? What's up, Keely Chow? It's great to see you both.
What's up, guys?
Yeah. Business is about to pick up now that I'm here.
Say hello to Don Cheeto, Brie Larson, Harvey Weinstein, and Kamala.
And Luger with his dumb face over here.
And his stupid ass face. I had an article about. I had 3 articles about Lex Luger. I pulled off that main one about 10 facts you didn't know about Lex Luger. I was like, are all 10 of them he has a stupid face? If not, they should be. It's there's 2 articles why Lex Luger has the stupidest face in all of stupidity.
See, Ron Perlman has a stupider face.
Yes.
But
you might be right.
Yeah. Luger's up there. He's close.
It's up there. Ron Perlman looks like a fucking caveman from those old was it Geico commercials? Yeah. That's Ron Perlman.
He looks like an albino gorilla.
As a matter of fact, I'll be right back.
Oh God.
So yeah, we get the Lumberjack strap match, which I'm surprised they ended it this way, but they ended it
God,
with...
I hate Lumberjacks. I'm just going to go ahead and mention that right now.
So, Hogan big boots and leg drops Flair and pins him clean, which I'm surprised, when you have Arn Anderson, Kevin Sullivan, I'm surprised they'd go that route, but they did. And like Draven mentioned, Kimberly Page came out and was staring and smiling at, I guess, Booty Man during the match. And 2 of the Lumberjacks were the Giant and Loch Ness, and they ended up getting into a fight themselves and fighting their way up the ramp and all that good stuff. So it was pretty hectic because it was, even though it was a 6-man tag, they were all in the ring at the same time. There was a lot of action going on at once. Then after the match, Mean Gene interviews the heels, and Kevin Sullivan says that Hogan will have to go through 4 cages at Uncensored. The first cage is Arn Anderson, second cage is Sullivan, the third cage is Luger, and the 4th cage will be the WCW World Heavyweight Champion Ric Flair. Arn Anderson complains that Hogan can't actually wrestle, and this feud won't be over until death does them part. Ric Flair says Hogan can attack the men all they want, but don't ever touch their women. He had Miss Elizabeth on one side, woman on the other. Then he, pulls Elizabeth in real close and says, "Savage, look what I got." Nancy Benoit, woman, got on the mic for a minute, was like, "Flair took your woman," and they were really rubbing it in Savage's face. And Flair says, "Look at me, I've got the whole world in my hands." And yeah, that was basically the end of the show, other than he went over to the commentators who hyped up next week, and it was a fun main event. The 6-man leather strap lumberjack match, a lot of action.
It was a 4 corners leather thong match.
Yes.
This is also acceptable.
And Miss Elizabeth and Woman both look great at this point in their careers.
Mm-hmm.
So, next up is WWF Raw for March 11th. They're the weekly loser with 2.9 rating. They're coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas, which is the home of Shawn Michaels.
Did he find his smile again?
Yeah. It was under some Marine's boot. They had to peel it off. So, this was a good episode because Vince was calling the ringmaster Steve Austin Stone Cold and Heartless, and using, he was labeling Austin as Stone Cold, but not calling him it as his name, not using it, I guess, as a noun. I don't know. He was alluding to the ringmaster being Heartless and Stone Cold the past few weeks. So this week we start off Raw with Savio Vega making his way to the ring to wrestle the ringmaster. It said the ringmaster on his graphic, but Vince kept calling him Stone Cold. This man is Stone Cold. And then Lawler just belts out Stone Cold Steve Austin. I like that. So the first time they said it on Raw. And from basically that point on, they called him Stone Cold Steve Austin. They might have dropped the ringmaster in once, but and Mark Henry is sitting at ringside for this match. Stone Cold played the role of the heel, and him and Savio Vega wrestled to a double countout. Then the two men continued to fight after the bell, but Savio Vega ultimately went over, knocking Austin out of the ring. Fans cheering for him because they're fucking stupid. And,
was it just me, or did anybody else find Savio Vega completely underwhelming?
Underwhelming.
Underwhelming.
Yeah. D'Lo Brown did it better.
Oh,
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah.
D'Lo Brown had a personality.
He was funny. He'd shake his head before the frog splash and stuff.
Yeah. That was great.
Get
His
up on the
theme and
turnbuckle.
everything's good. Yeah.
Yep.
And him and Mark
with the
Henry
real
made a
deal
good
now.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
then we so we go to a segment that happened before Raw began airing. I guess Jerry Lawler was in the ring talking shit, and he started talking shit to the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. So Mark Henry got into the ring and slammed Jerry Lawler to kind of hype his debut.
Perfect.
And this is funny. I remember Vince signed Mark Henry to a 20-year contract, the longest contract in WWF history.
Yep.
Because he was an Olympian.
Mm-hmm.
And
when he signed him initially, he didn't even sign him so much because of the Olympian status. He signed him because of the strongman competition that he was taking part in.
Yeah. So, one of my favorite points for any character in wrestling was around 2011 when it was Mark Henry just said fuck it. They had misused him for so long, and it was a joke that he was under contract for 20 years, and but he was such a vicious heel when they finally put him on that just destructive run. I was at the Raw in Las Vegas when CM Punk dropped the pipe bomb. But earlier in that night, before Punk came out, Big Show had I don't think the cage match was with Mark Henry, but he had a cage match with someone else.
He did have a cage match with Mark Henry, and Mark Henry picked him up and drove him through the cage.
Yes, that's exact. I was there. Like, I was on the side where the cage came down. That side of the cage came down. And I mean, he was so fucking ruthless. I loved Mark Henry.
It was great. It was Mark Henry unleashed, man. And everything that he did, even in his inflection and the way he was using his voice, I'm like, that's what I do.
Yeah. It felt like 20 years wasted. Like, can you imagine if he was like that going up against Steve Austin after he won the title in 98 instead of Dude Love?
Imagine that Mark Henry in when he did the earlier match with The Undertaker. Like, how much bigger of a match that could have been.
That's still
but he was
one
sexual
of my favorite
chocolate
characters. Yeah.
Sexual
chocolate.
Such a waste.
Yeah, that was a Vince McMahon, haha, look at how stupid this is gimmick.
That is still one of my favorite characters in WWF history, was that rendition of Mark Henry. That was so intense.
Which one? When he just coming out as the monster heel? Yeah.
Damn, I'm like, because it was like, is this Mark? Everyone knew who Mark Henry was. He had been on TV for years at that point. It's like, you thought you had seen it all with him.
What did he call it? His path of destruction?
Something like that. It's been so long since I watched. A lot of my wrestling knowledge is gone. I know it was the Hall of Pain, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It was the Hall of Pain.
Yeah, Mark Henry's path
the
of
Hall of
destruction.
Pain at the end.
Yeah. But yeah, he did call it the path of destruction. So yeah, this is what's exciting about this year. Again, 1995, Raw felt very 1995. Now we're getting Steve Austin, Mark Henry's debuting, Mankind is debuting, The Rock's going to be there in November. Like, all these people are starting to transition. Brian Pillman should be there soon. It's interesting. It's the start of something kind of big, so it's nice to go back and see it. So, yeah, Mark Henry slams Jerry Lawler, gets the crowd all hyped up, and then Roddy Piper is scheduled next, but Goldust and Marlena make their way out. We go to a quick commercial, and when we come back, Piper's out there, and he calls Goldust a fruitcake. And says that Goldust has a Phyllis Diller haircut, and he looks like the Drapes at the Days Inn. Good.
Marlena, I don't know. Maybe here's another one. Maybe this is just me, but I swear Marlena looked like an old roast beef sandwich that somebody threw out of Arby's.
There are plenty of Marlenas here in Las Vegas, sitting at the slot machine, smoking a cigarette, and they'll show you a good time.
That leather skin.
Yeah.
I'll hail the meat curtains.
We have the meat.
I remember her with Perry Saturn or whatever.
Yep.
There's another guy that they wasted. Oh.
Yeah, Perry
Dude,
Saturn.
he was one of my favorites. Yeah,
him and Kronos, man, when they were the Eliminators, man, there was nothing better than that.
John Kronos, yeah, what a sad ending to that story for him.
What happened?
Oh, he died way too young. Another one.
That sucks.
Just years and years of too much living the road lifestyle.
Yeah. So. Yeah, Piper says Piper says that he saw Goldust's movie last week, Piper's Pit, and that Roddy Piper himself has been in 17 movies and he's never seen Goldust by the catering truck. He says, let's get our sexualities right. He's like, you, Goldust, you are what you are, but I'm a lesbian. Gets a big reaction from the crowd. He also tells Goldust the Intercontinental title is a position. He's like, this is what really pisses me off about you. You know, you're the Intercontinental Champion. That shows you have talent, but that position requires pride and prestige, and you have none. So Goldust says, let's deal in what we know, not in what we don't. Patriot Games 1992. And it gets gay here. Goldust wants a piece of Roddy Piper real bad. And he gets on his knees and like on all fours and is like crawling around Roddy Piper in the ring as he cuts his promo. He begs Piper to come down to his back lot. Then he says, let's get a little peek of it. And he pulls up Roddy Piper's kilt. So Piper knocks him away. Goldust gets back on his feet and goes to do like the thing where he rubs his body. And Piper pushes him. So Goldust punches Piper in the face, and then Piper just knocks him on the ground.
Before that, he started messing around with his little sack thing in the front of his kilt.
Yeah.
And then that's when
this was
he
real.
shoves him.
You know what I had always hoped for? I'd always hoped for at some point that, Dustin would just like let it slip and say, you will never forget the name of Pat Patterson who made me do this.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Yeah, Patterson was getting a drink of water during this promo.
Mm-hmm.
It was real. It was real. Like Piper was so worked up and pissed off by the end of this, and he's like, he basically declared they'll have their backlot fight at WrestleMania, which WWF has shown clips of that throughout the years, so that should be exciting to see.
Real quick, Tony, before you move off of Goldust, like everybody else did, especially Pat. But I think that actually the best version of him is the one where he was like completely out of his mind and he was stuttering all that.
After he got electrocuted? Yeah.
Well, when was this again?
Oh, God, this was...
It was during the invasion, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. Or was it after?
Is it when he was 2000s? Like tagged with Booker T?
I think it was either before or after that.
Like, yeah. Well, this is peak Goldust right here, like as far as them pushing a certain aspect of his character. Raw gets a little lame from this point in my opinion. We get a match with the Godwins, and they're not the jobbers. It's the Godwins versus Alex Porto and Jerry Mead, which is about as exciting as it sounds. The Godwins go over. I've never even heard of these guys. I'm like looking to see, hey, one of those guys has to be Rhino, right? No.
His name's Terry Garrin.
What? Yeah.
His name's Terry Garrin.
Yeah, Alex Porto and Jerry Mead. Like, ooh, exciting. Then we get, this has been like, Superfan and I were talking about this. We get the Godwins match, which is just awful. Then we get 2 hype packages, which are just awful. And the bad thing about this is they're hyping the main event of WrestleMania. We get a hype package of Shawn Michaels training in San Antonio. And, this trips me out. I just think about this now. They're in San Antonio, and I'm sure there'll be a taped episode next week, but they're actually advertising your city they're from tonight because they're live, and they don't even bring Shawn Michaels out to the crowd. What are these people thinking? We get a hype package of Shawn Michaels in San Antonio with Jose Lothario as trainer, and it shows him fucking training, and talking about this is the boyhood dream. And then we get one of Bret Hart where he trains in Ooga Booga Land, and fine Canada.
Is that Canada?
It's Bret Hart training, which Bret's was actually better, and it's like you're trying to push Shawn right now. So that was that. So we get the Godwins match, which sucked. Then 2 shitty hype packages for Shawn and Bret. And then Triple H comes out. As he's coming out, last week on Raw, Piper said, I've got to be there in person to announce Ultimate Warrior's opponent at WrestleMania. This is so big. So now we're here the next week, and Vince just kind of announces it as Hunter's making his way down to wrestle. Like, not a promo, not a, hey, this is just, it's mentioned in passing, and that's it. So, ooh, good job, guys. Triple H comes out, and he wrestles against Vin Greer. So, this was,
And the guy doesn't even get any moves off, really.
Yeah, this is just like guys, you're on the road to WrestleMania. I mean, you're getting close. And last week you had better matches. Like, this week was like, what the fuck? Like, is half your roster off at a house show somewhere? Like, yeah.
Hey, wait, Tony, hang on a second. Before you move forward, we need to take these quick 10-second pause and say this is brought to you by our sponsor, Geico. So easy. Ron Perlman can do it.
I thought that was Cave Perlman.
That's Cave Perlman right there. And also on this March 11th edition of Monday Night Raw, there were 4 dark matches. Skip defeated a little-known young man up-and-comer named Dwayne Johnson.
Really?
Yeah. Ahmed Johnson. Skip, of course, is Chris Candido, as we all know. Ahmed Johnson and Jake the Snake Roberts defeated Owen Hart and the British Bulldog, who still wanted me title short. Shawn Michaels defeated Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And Bret Hart, the champion, defeated The Undertaker by countout to retain the WWF Championship.
You know, little known fact, by the way, Jake the Snake was buying his crack off of Ahmed Johnson's cousin.
Oh, wow.
As his dad, Grizzly Smith, took advantage of, like, every...
Oh.
Never mind.
Took advantage of everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Vin Greer, you know, Triple H, and not even Triple H at this point, Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus Vin Greer, which was like, I don't even know, when I compare that to the Godwins match, I don't even know where to fucking, I don't know which one is worse, but this has got to be the worst stretch of Raw that I've ever seen. And it started off hot. You got Stone Cold Steve Austin, a fucking killer Roddy Piper promo. Then we just go into this stretch of just awfulness. And then it kind of comes back in the main event. We have Yokozuna and The Undertaker, who used to be bitter enemies, but now they're teaming up to take on the British Bulldog and Owen Hart. And of course, like the Triple H match, the Godwin match, we actually have a finish. This ends in DQ. Because God, why would we want to give away Yokozuna and Taker versus Bulldog and Owen on TV?
I thought it was due to count out, wasn't it?
No, it's DQ because what happens is during the match, Diesel runs out, he beats the hell out of Paul Bearer, clotheslines him.
Yeah.
Taker finally notices, goes out to check on Paul Bearer, and then he leaves towards the back to go get Diesel.
Yeah.
Leaving Yokozuna alone to get beat up by Bulldog and Owen Hart. Then to make matters worse, Vader comes out, and then when he gets in the ring and hits Yokozuna, that's when the ref actually calls for the bell. And I can't even say it gets better because this is weird too. So Bulldog, Owen Hart, Vader are kicking the hell out of Yokozuna. Then Ahmed Johnson and Jake the Snake run out to help Yokozuna. They end up getting the shit kicked out of them. And they're like tied up in the top ropes. And then Yokozuna gets up. The guy who needed saving is the one that got up and then fought the bad guys off to save the guys who ran out to save him. And that was
that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not this episode, but the escalation with Kevin Nash and Undertaker is pretty good in the next.
Yeah, and that's another thing. They're like, Taker ran to the back to get Diesel. We're like, we'll catch up with Undertaker. And then they just nonchalantly, when you're watching this Yokozuna and Hart shit, Taker's outside, and apparently Diesel's driven away from the arena, or he's left the arena. Like, well, that was a nice payoff. Can you at least show it? Like,
yeah.
No, you bigot.
Lazy.
Nope.
They probably had some technical error, like they had the camera back there and stuff, and then just something happened. I don't know, but it was I got this. Raw started off hot for the first two segments, like the first third of the show, and then we got Alex Porto and Jerry Mead, and that basically set the tone for the rest of the episode. So we're live. I mean, again, yes, they're going to record a few episodes, but we're live in Shawn Michaels' hometown as he's going into WrestleMania, and you didn't bring it out in front of the crowd at all. I don't get it.
That's good, solid booking.
And, Vince at this point had like at least 20 years of booking experience over me. I don't know. Like, he had been doing the job for a while at this point. It's, I get Eric Bischoff making mistakes. He was new, Vince, you've been doing this for a long time.
Maybe he mixed his growth hormone and his other steroids, and he wasn't in his right mind.
It wasn't my fault.
They told me I had to get that. I gotta get the horse steroids straight from the horses. You know what?
They gotta give me a booster of it.
Somebody say horse paste.
Let's take this time to advertise for ivermectin, ladies and gentlemen.
Horse steroids.
Oh, I thought you said horse face. I thought you said horse face. I was looking for a picture of Kathleen Kennedy somewhere.
I was gonna say horse face. Sarah Jessica Parker.
Maybe when
did you hear that guy in the show? Like, he raped a bunch of women.
Oh, which one? Chris North, the one that played Mr. Big. Chris North, yeah, he played Mr. Big. I heard he got in some trouble. I was like, oof. Take that, Mr. Big. Take that, Mr. Big.
Yeah, so I'm thinking when Vince was booking the show, like, Linda must have come in the room with some nipple tassels, some lingerie, and distracted Vince.
He was like, "Oh, wait a minute, you're not Pat Patterson."
Pat was supposed to give me my massage.
She kind of looks like Ric Flair, so.
Oh, yeah, kind of. Holy shit! Hey, honey, I got you a new robe. Just bend over and go, woo!
A robe and a tanning bed.
I'm the nature boy. No, you're the nature girl, Linda. But I'm going to call you the nature boy for fun.
Yeah, so.
Sorry.
WCW, like, their main event this week, the strap match, I think definitely beat out this. Now, it was Undertaker. Everyone wants to tune in to see Taker, but he was gone. They had him go chase Diesel, and they end the show with just kind of a bunch of stuff that you were getting in 1995. And then over on the other channel, you're getting, a sick little heel promo from Sullivan and Flair. And before that like very action-packed 6-man lumberjack strap match ordeal. So I think WCW earned the W this week. They earned the win, in the ratings and just which was the better show.
Yeah. The lumberjack match literally just turned into all the lumberjacks fucking each other up and not even doing anything to anybody inside the ring.
Yeah, it was chaos, but fun. So, yeah, and that was the Monday Night War this week. So, not, again, it's the road to WrestleMania. You think they'd be putting a little more into it.
Well, I watched the 18th episode, March 18th episode as well over WWF And it kind of escalates a little bit more with Nash and Undertaker.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
Good.
And
Yeah,
kind of makes it where taping it is kind of a good thing because of how they did the one thing. We'll cover it. We'll probably cover it next week. But yeah.
Well, and that's what trips me out too. Usually the live shows are the better ones.
Mm-hmm.
This one just like it was the Raw from the week before that was like 3 weeks old or something since they had taped it. That was a better show than this week.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man.
Yeah, right there.
This motherfucker, look at this creepy ass bastard behind me. Look at him. Pick his nose.
Like the Porky Pig when he popped it up.
That's all, folks. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Don Cheeto. That's funny.
Don Cheeto smiling over my shoulder. It makes me nervous.
Don, you got to change his face to orange, like a real dark orange.
He's wiping his nose on my shoulder. Ew.
His nose is going from one shoulder to the next. Wide nostrils.
We'll go back to that one.
Tremendous. Now his nose is bigger than your entire head.
Oh shit. Yeah, so how far are you out from WrestleMania at this point, Tony? How many weeks? What, like probably 3, 4?
Let me check real quick.
Just kind of reel this thing back in here and round it out because we covered the Nitro, which the Road Warriors are continually misbooked too.
So yeah, next week we'll watch the 18th and the 25th, and then it'll be WrestleMania, and 2 weeks from now we'll be covering the results of WrestleMania and the aftermath and everything. And we'll be in April '96.
Yes,
1 hour.
I got my driver's license. I got my driver's license. Yeah, the Iron Man match, Hart and Michaels, which that's fucking. I've never had to do it like a time limit match like that, but fuck that. Like that's a lot, but I mean I understand. It's a lot though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's a lot to put the audience through too, if you think about it. You really have to put on a show to hold the audience's attention for 60 straight fucking minutes, like, you know, no matter how many run-ins you do and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I used to like it when they used to have, what was it, like 15-minute time limits?
Yep. That's why I like the TV title. The matches were 10 minutes. That was your cutoff. That's it, you know, and it worked.
It adds something to the match. You know, there's an active time limit.
It's a sense of urgency.
AEW does that now, which is nice.
Well, it's not only that, but if you have the time limit, and no matter how good of a match that you're going to have, and I know some of these people, the fans want more if it's a really good match. No, you leave them wanting more so they come back to watch again. That's the whole idea behind the damn time limits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like Walton and go into the forest and blow your load all at once.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa.
Those poor trees. And they wonder how they got white Christmas trees.
Oh, God.
Did you guys see this?
Yeah, what is this? What the fuck is this?
Well, Brie Larson broke the internet again. Which is probably why you're asking, what the fuck is this? I haven't heard of it. So, Brie Larson teases Marvel fans with a picture of herself with the Marvel's villain, Zawe Ashton.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Is that what she calls her feet now?
I had no idea what this was.
Yeah. So
I still don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
that's the actress.
She tweets out, we'll get to the tweet in a second, but it's Brie Larson and the villain for the Marvels movie. She tweeted out this photo earlier. There it is. Oh, got it wrong. That's the villain. That's Brie Larson.
I
Which
was like,
I
who's
think-
this Transformer?
I think it's racist unless they're making Captain Marvel the villain. Obviously.
You can't have her beating a woman of color at anything.
Yeah. So the Marvels is still over a year away from arriving in cinemas, and that means we know virtually nothing at all about the plot of the film or even who some of the stars are playing. One of those actors is Zawe Ashton,
Who has a
joined the
very
cast.
large head.
Yes.
Did they
Yeah,
even start
Jesus.
filming?
Let's see.
She's playing a scroll,
With a head that big, she has to.
I think.
So this is what she
I like the
wrote.
open mouth.
Oh, maybe not. I don't
Like,
know.
Yeah.
oh.
She's got soy mouth. She wrote, it's just like when she said she was going to break the internet with the Entertainment Weekly. Fucking.
Yeah.
She's playing Rogue. What the fuck?
What?
Is she
Yeah, I
playing-
just found it's a YouTube thing, so I don't know. But it says Zawe Ashton cast as Rogue as the villain of Captain Marvel. It says Rogue versus Captain Marvel.
No,
Yeah,
it's because
no.
to the SJWs, Rogue is a villain.
Mhm.
Wait.
Get
but-
Rogue!
Rogue,
Oh, it's the
Rogue's a-
SJWs,
Rogue's-
yeah.
Rogue's a redhead, so of course they'd race swap her.
Sure.
Trying to find an article.
Why not?
Yeah.
Then
And
they made
that's
her
what
look
she's
like
right.
a boy to boot.
Yeah.
She's like, Marvel fans, start your theories. You know, which I don't know who's going to think too hard about this, but
Oh, okay. Never mind. It isn't Rogue, but
Okay.
I don't think.
Hey,
But it wouldn't surprise me if it was.
Tony, while we're on this topic, what about the Seth Rogen as the Thing in the MCU? Brought to us by Michael Roman.
oh, did you guys hear about that?
Yeah,
That's real?
It came from We Got This Covered, and Michael Roman actually took time to cover it. And
I don't
he's
Seth
know.
Rogen reportedly eyeing
Yep.
2 different MCU roles.
yeah.
So, Seth Rogen built his career on playing slackers, stoners, and lovable schlubs. But there's a lot more strings to the 38-year-old's bow than you'd think. Not only is he a prolific writer alongside creative partner Evan Goldberg, with the duo having played key roles in developing popular shows like Preacher, Future Man, and The Boys, but Rogen is also a well-known advocate in raising awareness for Alzheimer's. Okay, blah, blah, blah.
Wait, I'm still confused. 38. He looks like he's in his 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're being generous. You are being very generous, sir.
Yeah, so here's basically what I was trying to get to is Marvel eyeing Seth Rogen for The Thing and Fantastic Four. This is from 2019, but they recently did a Michael Roman's channel, Emergency Awesome or Everything Always or whatever it is.
Mhm.
He did a video today talking about it. But he's more interested in playing a hero that wouldn't be a fully CGI creation and is said to have his eye on Nova. I don't
Isn't John
want...
C. Riley supposed to be Nova?
No.
he
No, he already played one of the dudes on Xandar that was in the Nova Corps.
Yeah.
He dead now.
Nova, you've got he died. You've got what's his name? Who did they just cast as him? Fuck.
As
the
How
dude-
could-
oh,
how could they
oh,
have a Nova though? I thought
Kenny.
they said that. I thought
They-
they said Thanos killed everybody on Nova.
No, it was Adam Warlock. I'm sorry. That's
Adam
that
Warlock,
Kenny from We're the Millers.
hmm
Yeah.
Which is stupid. They should have got Zac
Yeah.
Efron for that shit.
Yep.
Zach
Only-
Efron is like 4 feet tall.
I don't give a
I'd
shit.
rather
He
do
looked
from
good.
Where the Millers than fucking Seth. Like, when I heard The Thing, I'm like, even though it'd be mostly CGI, I still don't want Seth Rogen.
I got the
Fucking
perfect guy for the thing. Just paint me orange.
Yes.
Ivermectin, bitches.
They're
We're
gonna.
gonna take down the globalists. It's clobbering time.
So, yeah, I don't want Seth Rogen in the. I mean, can you imagine the scenes between Brie Larson and Seth Rogen and Angelina Jolie? And like, this doesn't sound very fun anymore.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Did it ever? I have not correlated fun to Disney for a very, very, very long time. If they wanted to do something smart and new and different, they should do Alpha Flight. And I know who could play Puck.
Yes.
We could have our very own Stephen Walton play Puck.
Mm-hmm.
He's
But
small
I
enough.
don't remember Puck humping trees in the comics.
Yeah, but they were always out in the woods in the Canadian wilderness. So
That's true. He could have been doing it.
Hey, would you like some maple syrup, guy?
Green Hornet was awful. I did like what's his name from Harold and Kumar in that though. That was the only good thing about that movie.
I haven't seen Green Hornet in so long. Who was in it from Harold and Kumar? I only
The
saw it
Asian
once
guy
in
Who
theater.
played,
Oh, John
oh.
John Cho.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
Yeah,
also
his
in
name?
Cowboy Bebop.
Who did he
Yeah,
play in Green
Show.
Hornet?
The Asian dude.
He didn't play
His
Kato.
driver.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he was Kato.
He was Kato.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I think it
Yeah.
was somebody else.
Nope.
Really?
Seth Rogen is a thing, a
Mhm.
nasty thing. There you go, Frankie.
No,
Oh,
it
Seth,
wasn't.
Seth Rogen,
No.
you're nasty.
No,
No?
it was
Wasn't?
Jay Cho.
Yeah,
Chou. That's who it was. That's not
Yeah, that's
Harold
the
and
guy from
Kumar.
Harold and Kumar.
Yeah,
No, it's not.
that's Harold.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Look up Harold and Kumar.
I think I remember that it is Harold, isn't
John
it?
Cho.
Yes.
No.
Good.
Yes.
That's
Good.
John Cho. This is Jay. The one in Green Hornet, his name is Jay.
Are they twins?
No. You're just being very racist. I remember
Are you
'cause
sure?
this guy couldn't speak proper English, and he's done a whole bunch of Asian movies.
I swear it was him.
I'm looking at his IB. No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
You're wrong.
I'll put the
No.
Chinese hat on and apologize.
Oh shit, you're right.
Told
They
you.
they do look super similar though.
See,
Not
told you.
Not because
Shit.
they're Asian, but they actually have
sure,
the same
they all
facial
just
structure.
look alike to a vampire, right?
Ah, is that what you're saying, Draven? They all look alike?
Yeah, right. Yo, look, all right.
China asshole.
Tell us again about Don Cheadle and President Obama now. You racist pieces of shit.
Deck the halls with boughs of Rari.
Rah, rah,
Rah,
rah,
rah,
rah,
rah, rah, rah, rah, rah, rah.
Now that makes me think of Ted Turner.
I'm Ted Turner, and I colorize the moon.
We're gonna play 24 hours of A Christmas Story.
And you're going to watch every hour of it, you schlubs.
See, they have the same facial structure. Look.
They do. And almost the same fucking hair.
Yeah, exactly. So like,
Harold
you
and
can't
Kumar guy.
blame me.
No,
Can't
the guy,
blame.
Harold and Kumar guy looks a little more retarded.
This is he does look a little more Down syndrome.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Just
Like,
straight up, like a little, just, yeah. Yeah, you're good. You're good. We got you. You racist. That's racist.
That's racist.
Ableist. That's fried rice.
Fly lice.
Fly lice. You want fly lice? I was going to have
Lettuce
Chinese
lice.
food tonight, but they're fucking closed. I was pissed.
Yeah.
Is it an Asian holiday?
I couldn't get my Christmas duck.
See, there's John Cho. See, don't they look the same?
Time out. I got a couple better ones for you.
Where's I'm gonna make that meme. Hey, you know that meme with Pam from The Office where she's like they're the same picture.
See, they look super similar.
I don't. Like I said, this guy looks more retarded.
Yeah.
He's got a big ass forehead.
He does.
Those Dumbo ears.
He's got like an Albert Pujols forehead.
But he really looks like he came out from behind I don't know, out of an alley. He's wiping his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome to Shitty Walk. Can't take your
How
order.
much for them
Shitty walk.
cheese?
Look
Where's
how
the
bad this is.
cheeseburgers, baby?
Holy crap! Put a feather in his mouth, and he can fly away with those ears.
God damn.
Man,
What an ugly motherfucker.
why are
I'm-
we talking about Green fucking Hornet? I saw that movie like once in the theater.
Yeah.
I didn't even go to the
I don't
theater.
even remember.
You went to
I
the theater?
I didn't see. I saw it on like HBO or some
Mhm.
shit.
We went to the drive-in for something to do, me and my girl.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. That's
I do got to do
sounds
better.
like a terrible date.
You know what?
Say it. Come on, all aces.
You know what? You know what else I saw at the drive-in around the same time, and it was like a terrible. It was a terrible fucking date. I saw it on TV over the Christmas weekend. Was that James Franco like Wizard of Oz prequel?
Oh, I actually
Oh,
enjoyed
yeah.
that.
That thing
I
was
forgot
horrible.
about that. Yeah, I
I
forgot it
enjoyed that
existed.
movie.
Oh, that thing,
There's
that
always
thing
one.
I liked
train
it.
wreck.
I
It was
liked
a
it.
train wreck.
Holy shit! Like I'm like, and that's a movie I did see in the theater. I'm like, okay, I can, let's
I like
go
Zach
see the
Braff
Wizard of
though
Oz
too.
prequel.
So
You like what?
Zach Braff, and he was
Dude,
in that too.
what's
Yeah.
wrong with you, man? So,
I love Scrubs. Scrubs is great.
Scrubs is alright for what it was, but
Until the very last season.
yeah,
The
last
Academy,
season-
I pretend doesn't exist.
You want to go to like little
Scrubs
buddy
Academy
comedy?
doesn't exist.
There was one called Testes. That was a good one. Is where these two guys are going out to all these different lab places and they're doing like experimental drugs and it's screwing them all up. That's a good one to watch.
Yeah, I never saw that.
No, it's hilarious.
I did watch that DC Cab though. Per your suggestion there, Tommy, that was pretty good.
No, I told you that it's a funny movie, especially with Mr. T in there and
Mhm.
everything, and all those guys. Yeah.
Gary Busey's in it.
Bill
Maher before he was a dick.
Yep. Barbarian Brothers. Like if you've never seen the Barbarian Brothers, yeah, that's
Oh,
a
dude,
decent
what's that movie?
introduction to
Paul, the Paul brothers, wasn't it? Wasn't that their last name? Or
So,
Paul
yeah.
and
They made a
fuck.
bunch of movies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
There was one
Paul,
called
yeah.
Think Big or something like that.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude, I saw a bunch of those.
Yeah, they actually did one called I think it was just called The Barbarians.
Yeah.
The Barbarian Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Were those canon films?
Oh, I don't recall. That's so long ago.
Hang on. I know I have the Barbarian Brothers on VHS. It's from 1987.
Of course you do.
I have that on VHS.
Of course.
Yep.
you do.
Peter and David Paul.
Yeah, one of them died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of them died. One of the brothers died.
Hey, that made $800,000 at the box office.
Really?
What did DC Cab?
No, the Barbarians.
That's
No.
a surprise.
Yeah.
What was the budget? Like fucking $10.
70. Let's see, 75 cents and some change, Vinny. You're close.
Dude, but
So-
how about Spider-Man, man? I called it. You're gonna hit
Mhm.
$1 billion. by
Yeah, dude,
Christmas.
you did. You called it $1
Yep.
billion
Yeah.
fucking dollars.
Yeah.
And Grace Randolph still trying to say that, and Scott oh shit, Scott Mendelson blocked me on Twitter. I feel like I've arrived.
Congrats.
Oh, excellent.
I got Scott. I called him a smooth brain, and he finally blocked me on Twitter.
That's
I
smooth,
quote-
right?
My
I
brain
quote
is
tweeted
not
him.
Smooth.
I quote tweeted him, and and he fucking finally blocked me. I was like, I've been working at this for a while. Thanks, Scotty boy. I'm just like, he was trying to downplay Spider-Man and prop Shang-Chi up more.
Oh Jesus.
What?
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
No, that's what he was doing. When Spider-Man is going to make more than Black Widow, Shang-Chi, and Eternals combined.
When you think of the top 3 superheroes, who do you think? Superman, Batman, and fucking Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Shang-Chi is nowhere to be fucking found in that, so fuck off.
Nope.
Well, he's like, look at how fast they greenlit the sequel, and
Oh, please.
it's
Shang-Chi.
fu-
Bless you.
it's funny, man. Like in the movie,
You need a
the
face
mo-
now.
yes, Tony.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
Do you know it's up to about 180 now that are dead? Soccer
Wow.
players. Yeah.
Jesus.
But not
Yeah.
totally unrelated.
Yeah.
It was ring rats. That's what it was. They caught AIDS and died. It has nothing to do with the coup.
It's crazy how prevalent coincidence is when it comes to politics.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Unfucking believable.
Yeah. Brutal
That's
Morning
why-
Wood said it. Oh shit. I was just looking. He said my Infinity collection, my Etep's Infinity Stone collection, is growing. For all these people block me on Twitter, as soon as Caroline Dries does it, I'm gonna snap. It's gonna happen.
Is that
She blocks me,
erase
it's
half
over.
Of Twitter?
But
Is that what that does?
Grace didn't yet, did she?
No, she hasn't yet. I had a troll follow me from a comment I left on her video back to my page, started commenting on one of my videos, and I went back and forth with him for a little while until I just blocked him. I'm like, all right, done. And I removed his comments and shit. I'm like, yeah, you're fun. You're fun for a minute, kid. But
I
yeah, I
had a
dared.
few good blocks this year too. I
Yep.
got Gail Simone. I got her to actually respond to me a couple times.
Nice.
Destroyed her stupid ass, and she went right ahead and blocked me.
Jail. Oh, she remember. Do you remember her failed YouTube channel?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That was
Yep.
funny to make fun of.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
I
hey.
don't recall fails that insignificant.
This is
No,
this is also
it was
true.
a pretty epic fail.
Hey, I just want to say that I called it. The Barbarians was Canon Films.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
That was Canon Films. I had to go back to the page and look it up. I'm sorry.
But excuse me. Haven't been sleeping. What was I gonna say about Gail? Yeah, it was so bad. She was like talking down to everyone who came to her channel like they were like 3-year-olds. Like, welcome to my channel. I write things like, words in books. And look, here's a Matchbox car. Like, it was so weird. It made no fucking sense.
When you re-educate, you got to start at square one.
Mm-hmm.
I guess so.
You got to get the crayons out and the construction paper and the safety scissors and all that shit.
Yeah, well,
so people understand.
the car was there for distraction.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna make a new channel. It's gonna be hold on, what was this thing? Stupid mouse is breaking.
F your mama and F your mama's mama.
It's gonna be Nancy Pelosi's drinking hour. Fun time happy hour with Nancy Pelosi.
No, you should make Nancy Pelosi's urinal hour.
Oh, fucking love
That's
it.
right. It's gonna be glorious, fantastic, tremendous. I'm adopting all of Trump's catchphrases. Peasants. This is gonna be the best. I'm gonna get so fucking bliss. It's gonna be wonderful. Yeah, I'm gonna invite Dr. Fauci because he's the bestest in the whole wide world. He's killing all you motherfuckers. I love it. I'm going to count my money from all the stocks that I'm the luckiest woman alive. There's no way I was doing any kind of dirty deals behind the scenes.
I love the laugh. That's what gets me.
Oh fuck.
So accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So with that, I don't think we're gonna top Pelosi.
No.
Mm-mm.
We're gonna call it a night, everyone. Let's go around the table, see what everyone's got going on. Mr. Etep.
Hi, I'm Ted. Hi, Etep Wokuian of Etep Wokuian's Place to Be Reviews. Tomorrow night, 8:35 Eastern, Going Rogue, myself, Tony Tonedeaf, will have on Brightest Day. Zach will be joining us, and Tim Possible actually DM'd me and asked if he could reschedule. So I said, yeah, you're up to bat, kid. So Tim Possible and Zach will be on tomorrow, or Tim Talks.
I
Tim
meant
Talks.
to tell you this. I know for a fact I was subscribed to Tim Talks
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because number one, dude is cool. He's been on the show a few times. I really
Yeah, he's a
like
good
him.
dude.
I subbed the first night he was on the show a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So then he showed up in the chat a few weeks ago, whatever, and I'm like, I'm subbed to him, right? And I went and checked, and I wasn't. So I was like, maybe I didn't sub to him. And I hit subscribe. I remember that distinctly. Today, I saw him on Twitter and went over to his channel to see what he's got going on, and I was unsubscribed again.
Damn.
So I subscribed to him again. Now, I'm pretty sure I did the first time, but I remember distinctly subscribing to him just like a few weeks ago when I was unsubbed again.
They're like, no,
It's
you're not
fucked.
going to subscribe to him.
Here's the funny thing. I mean, he's been around. He's like had a channel for years.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't really do much on it, but yeah.
That's why I kind
he's
of
had it.
said
done
fuck
for a
you
long
to
time.
YouTube for the most part.
Yeah. Well,
And I'm over on Twitch.
I've heard people say, make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube likes to unsub people, and I always kind of roll my eyes like, yeah, right. But it's happening. Like,
yeah, Tony, I've actually done multiple videos. Like, I know Etep's caught some of it, or I'm literally just cussing YouTube right out because they've done it to me so many times. The worst was last year when I was cleaning up my father's house. I stopped. I did a video of what I was doing while I was cleaning up. I seen I was over 600 subs. I was like, wow, because somebody had mentioned, oh man, you're going to be closing on 700, closing on 700. Next day, I looked after posting that video because I had comments. I was down to 440 some odd subs.
Yeah,
they bumped you back. Yeah, with the quickness.
I've seen them drop before, like on my channel or whatever. But I mean, I guess I've just never had it so blatantly. Like, I have subscribed to Tim Talks like 2 or 3 times now. I'm like 90% sure it's 3 times. So I just from that end, I just fuck YouTube.
They constantly do that. Like it's ridiculous.
I'd be over 300 by now if it wasn't for that bullshit.
Yeah.
Shit. If I had all the subs YouTube stripped off me, I'd have been over 1,000 already.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's that?
Oh, I was just saying, I didn't mean to cut off your plug, though, brother.
That's okay. That's happened before, but that's neither here nor there nor anywhere. And
sounds like someone's holding a grudge.
I had to pay by the hour. Join us tomorrow night, 8:35 Eastern. Myself, Tony, Tim Talks, and Brightest Day in the house. I'll probably have another solo video before the end of the week. Maybe a surprise live stream, something like that. But and then next week you can catch me on Monday night with Tommy and Vinny, as I have some new toys I'm going to be bringing, and and then going in Raw with me, Tony, Vinny, and Red after that, and we're back to the normal schedule next week. I think New Year's Eve is like Friday. I don't know. I'm not doing anything New Year's Eve, so I'm staying home and playing. I'm staying home and playing Jumanji with my kid and my wife. Nice. So big exciting night.
Be careful.
So. That's what everybody said. Like, do you really want to play Jumanji after the year we've had? I'm like, I do, as a matter of fact.
Did you get that special edition one?
I don't know if it is or not. My wife ordered it for him.
They had the one where it was wooden. It's completely wooden box.
Yeah. Mine's an all wooden box. It folds out into 3 pieces.
Yep,
it's actually
Did Danny DeVito come inside of it?
He popped out in a wife beater, tidy whities with his hair up like Wolverine.
No. I mean, did he come inside of it? If he did, return it. I'm sorry.
Look for the extra paint. UV light it.
Son, don't touch the Jumanji game. Don't touch the Jumanji game. Don't. But
I dropped my Magnum condom for my monster dong. You guys got it. You got to see It's Always Sunny in Philly. I'm telling you, you're gonna die laughing.
It's so good.
Etep is more upset with the moil. It was Shaky the Moil from Seinfeld. What's all this? All right, I'm done. You can take me off solo now. I'm very uncomfortable.
Sweet, man. I'm glad you're back, dude. I can't wait to get back to the normal.
It's good to be back, man. I hope everybody had a great Christmas.
Definitely.
Well, hello. I'm over on Twitch, Angelous Draven. I just finished Endwalker's campaign, which was freaking awesome. We were talking about that when we first started the stream. Tonight, after here, I'm going to be going over there and playing some Fortnite. I also uploaded a clip of me doing a boom sniper shot over there that I thought it was pretty cool. So I uploaded that over here on YouTube, so you can watch that. It's only like a couple of seconds. But yeah, thanks for having me as always.
Definitely, man. Thanks for being on, and it's great to stream with you again, bro.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure.
Definitely. Tommy.
No, hey, just nibbling along. You know me. Watch out for your toes. Be careful because we're coming for them. The pig world order is real, people. You cannot escape it. Assimilations are coming your way. I'm actually almost done with that damn song finally. After I freaking wound up getting a sore throat and I lost some time doing everything, but I'm finally almost done with my pig world order song. I can't wait to put that on the channel. And then I got to get right back to work, and I got to finish up Machine's King of the Camel Toe song. But you know where to find me, Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective, talking about old toys. Of course, Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern with Going Old School Retro Discussions, and 7:45 on Thursdays with Vinny and Collectible Pass. Be sure to stop us because starting on Saturday, it's Rogue Week, where we're all going to be infiltrating each other's channels and having big rogue entertainment panels going on to have a little bit of fun and showing that support that we're always talking about, boosting each other up, especially Steven, because we got a good booster chair for him so we can see him this time.
That sounds awesome. Thank you for coming on again, bro. It's great to stream with you.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. I know I was a little bit later getting over this time, but I know because everything that's been happening the past couple of weeks with my brother down here, I missed out on Drew over 2 weeks in a row, and I really want to stop by and give him like the whole show at least tonight.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no worries at all, brother.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Vinny.
Hey guys, thank you for having me on tonight as well. I always I love jumping on here. Sorry I was a little bit late again, but again, always juggling, doing a bunch of different shit. I put up another figure review. So Tommy, I finally did review Gigawatt.
I just shared your tweet.
Excellent, man. Yeah. I gave you a shout out in there as well. So more figure reviews are going up. You can definitely catch me. Well, the next show should be, I believe it is Thursday over on Tommy's channel. Is Red doing one tonight? On Thursday? Do we know?
I'm not sure. He didn't say.
Okay, but either way,
I know last week was like a last minute. He said he wasn't going to do it. So,
right. But yeah, definitely catch me over on Tommy's on Thursday and Friday. I may or may not. I still do one. I haven't decided yet, but either way, this new year coming up, we want to kick some ass in all kinds of ways, and we're going to be doing all rogues on each other's streams, which will be great. That's going to be a lot of fun starting on Saturday, and then Sunday is me, and then we just have the whole lineup. But Walton put out part of the lineup. He missed a few. He missed mine. He missed one of Tommy's. But we'll give him more shit, because that's what we do. I'm gonna send him another candle. Yes, that's when we punch down on him. I'm kidding. I'm literally working on the last page of Pencils and Inks for Shadow of the Kraken, and then I got a few to paint up. But the book is going to be ready first quarter, so get ready to have your minds blown, because I cannot wait to get this into your hands. This project is going to just keep getting more and more fucking awesome. And as is all of the projects, I'm going to be doing an update pretty soon, because thanks to Chris Fisk and Rini Draws, I really liked the cutout, the standees. So I'm going to be adding one to the campaign, and it's going to be a pretty good one. It's going to be Annie, the hot chick with the blue. One of Etep's favorite characters from the campaign. Yep. I'm going to make a standee of her. So
can we just call her?
Well, her name's Ann. So close, Ann. But anyway, So I'll probably have it up sometime. I think like in mid-January. I put the order in, so I should be getting that. I think like within the first 2 weeks, to see what the quality is, and Yeah, it's going to be great. So I'll do a short run, see what you guys think. If it does better, maybe I'll get even more. But yeah, we're going to dip a toe in there. And I was designing the shit out of it. Chris was kind of helping me with the setting it up to send it over to that company. And yeah, it looks killer. I did a brand new base for it as well. And yeah, it's going to be sweet. So yeah, plenty to keep an eye out for. Check out my channel. Still doing those live streams, like I said, Fridays and Sundays. Yeah, it'll be a good time. Thank you, everybody. Chat, you guys are fucking awesome. And yeah, I saw Brutal Morning Wood said something really funny before regarding the new show, Pelosi, Fauci, and Baldwin Hour. It'll be shots, and shots. That was at 10:22. Yes.
I like the sound of that.
Hell, brutal morning wood. But yeah, man, thanks, Tony, and yeah, I'm glad I got to hang out with all you guys, regardless, before the new year.
Definitely,
yeah,
man. And
yeah.
Thank you for coming on again. And you guys, never any worry about being late. I'm just glad you show up so we can talk a little bit and catch up.
The reach around at the end is always fantastic. So
Absolutely.
They don't know that yet.
I have some stuff coming up soon. I'm gonna try to not let it affect the Tuesday show, but I'm gonna probably the next 2 months or so we're dealing with something personal in my household, so I'm gonna a lot more of my time's gonna be occupied. I definitely don't want it to affect the show. If anything, I want to keep doing this. And really, once that's over with, hopefully before, I really want to start some other kind of live stream as well. I like conversation. Like, I think when two people sit down and really talk about deep shit, space, crime, politics, drugs, whatever it may be, that's where like a lot of the magic is to any kind of broadcasting. So I'm thinking about doing a more like intimate show and not as confined, topics open to whatever it may be. Maybe I'm talking to somebody who's a master of their craft and I'm speaking about that, or the James Webb telescope I'm real excited about. I don't know if any of you are, but I'm really excited to see what kind of stuff we learned from that, because we learned just a lot about the universe from Hubble, and this is going to tell us so much more. And it just launched Christmas Day. It was originally supposed to launch in 2008, then 2018. I mean, there's some long delays, but it's a very intricate machine, and it's finally out there. The next 6 months are going to be a bit scary. It's got to unfold itself. And I don't know how familiar with it you guys are, but this telescope, it's about 1 million miles away from Earth. It's about 4 times further than our moon is, because it's an infrared telescope, and it can't pick up the light and heat from our sun. So we're putting it in this. There's some weird equation, and it's set in the perfect spot where it will continuously be blocked from the sun by our Earth, but it's also close enough to where it's like in our gravitational orbit. But I mean, this thing is going to be able to look back almost to the beginning of the universe, all the stars and shit that are so far out right now that we can't see them. They only project infrared light. So that's just interesting. I can't wait to see what kind of things we learn from that. And as long as everything goes well, in about 6 months, we're going to be getting a lot of information on the universe, a lot of new info. For what it's worth, I mean, Hubble is what told us that galaxies are kind of like grains of sand. Before then, we just thought there were a few.
Yeah. It's insane, man.
Yeah.
How big everything really is.
Yeah. And this telescope is now it's so far out they can't go up and repair it and stuff like Hubble. So it's got about a 5 to 10 year life on it, maybe 15. But it's going to teach us a lot, and I want to talk about that shit. And yeah, maybe the L2 point. I just can't remember the name of the equation or whatever they use, because there's an L1 point up to L5, and yeah, we're in that L2 point with the James Webb. So yeah, I definitely want to discuss that type of shit, because I love astronomy. I love talking about just how we ended up on the spinning rock, whipping through some area that we really don't know, you know. So yeah, thank
That'd
you
be great.
everyone.
Hey, Tony, real quick, I
yeah.
have to tell you, and one thing I like talking about is dump truck asses. And my video crossed 50,000 views the other day.
Dude,
So
congratulations.
I just saw that. I'm
Beautiful,
like,
man.
"Ah,
Congrats.
that-
Nice.
I'll never have anything that reaches that level of success again. And I'm okay with that, because that bitch hit 50,000 views.
One day that's gonna be your normal videos, bro.
I think so.
Dude, it's funny. It's just fun. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I had to. I was like, oh my god, it hit 50,000.
No, I'm sorry I didn't mention that, because I saw you posted that online.
I threw that in the group. Yeah.
Yeah. So congratulations, man.
Yeah, man, that is epic. I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
Well, no, I've seen the video, but I didn't see that you
yeah.
hit it already. That's fucking great.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
I was like, the next closest one is like 1,600 views.
Dude, that's
Oh,
awesome.
shit. Yeah, man, I just thought that was funny.
And everyone,
Most impressive.
yes, the best is yet to come. You know, there's
That's right.
far more dump truck asses out there to assess, and Etep, in between them Batwoman seasons, he's searching them out for you. He's doing the hard work. He's getting his hands dirty, so you don't have to.
It ain't much, but it's honest work.
So, on behalf of myself and everyone on the panel, Dragon Master, Rough Scroll Review, it was great to see you. Cheesecake Bunny, Superfan Adam Shawhan, Chris Fisk. Who else do we have? Parrot Head, Brutal Morningwood, Keely Chow, and I feel like I'm forgetting some, but I want to say Maybe Human. Thank you for the L2 point.
Did you get
Frankie knows. What's that?
Parrot Head.
Parrot Head?
I think I said Parrot Head, but I'm stoned, so maybe I thought it. Parrot Head. Everyone in the chat, everyone who
Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi.
The Raylo character?
Well, now.
Oh yeah, Leo Raylo. Leo Raylo.
Nancy.
Don Cheadle's nostrils.
Don Cheadle's nostrils were here. Leo Raylo is Leo Red. He does that to the Leo Raylo to troll me.
Gap Stargate was still
Yep,
rolling
Gap
with
Stargate was here.
Frankie knows. Yeah, Gap Stargate. Thank you, Frankie.
Oh, and
Frankie.
Sal was still earlier.
Yep, Sal.
Bro, I saw that Wheel of Fortune clip. That was fucking bullshit. That girl solved the puzzle, and they're like, well, you didn't think. But Audi felt so bad for her that they just donated a fucking car to her. That everyone thinks she won that. Like,
yeah.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Oh, Johnny Cage, JP7.
Yes,
Dragon
Johnny
Master.
Cage. But Pat Sajak is like, well, it has to be. You could hear that even he thought he didn't believe what was coming out of his mouth. Like,
Of course, they were screaming in his ear.
Yep.
Dude, you know how much money ABC has been losing between Star Wars and fucking Captain Cardboard?
She didn't say it
Billions.
fast enough. Like, what?
Yeah.
Ah.
There was still a second and a half on the clock.
Yeah. She's like, well, and she's just trying to figure out the last word, and just boom. It was quick. I've seen people win for shit like that before. That was out of line. But Audi felt bad. I don't know if she was playing for the car or what, but
I
they
think so, yeah.
gave her a car. Even they think that's bullshit.
Yeah,
Like,
that was awesome of them. I'm glad they did that.
damn, ABC. So, yeah.
I want to know when Paul Rubin gets an award for his theater performance.
He's going to get the same award as Walton.
the Penguins' dad, man. So, everybody, thank you. We'll be back next Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow. You never know when we might pop up with a impromptu stream. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night.
We're agreeing.
Later.